Well, we're live now.
Oh.
What's going on, YouTube and Twitch? Big Ryan the Fat Guy coming to you live.
No one heard that.
Well, we'll see.
That's your choice.
Just like candy.
Like Randy.
All right, looks like we're up on both.
All right, let me look here. Ooh.
Tawansha Ray, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Dylan. Dylan, you gotta remember too. I picked them when they had I picked them when they had Matt Ryan starting, pal. They didn't. So you gotta remember they also beat the closing line. The closing line was 7.5. So if you had taken the Falcons at the closing line, they would have covered with Matt Schaub. So I'm not using the results thing. I always say not to do that, but I'm pretty confident they would have covered. That wasn't a ridiculous pick. It was actually the right one, Dylan, in the long term. You know it. And yes, and you went 5-8, pal. We did not. We went 8-5. So there's that.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He didn't have a good week. He's very disgusted. I know he is disgusted. Yeah, I think, hey, the Falcons are good. I don't think that. You know I don't think that. It's about covers, man. You know? Good for you, though. Your Saints got it done. They got a cover, too, so that's a win for you.
Pinkman after winning last week.
It was interesting, eh?
Week.
Yeah.
And then, is it Vono with a rare off week?
Yeah, well, it's barely. He lost down one game. That's nothing. Good to have Dylan on the stream.
Nasty Nutter, one of my favorite.
There's some good names, man.
It hurts when I fart.
Can we agree the Saints are the best team? They're a top 3 team. I don't know who's the best team. I really don't. I think the Niners and the Saints will give the Patriots trouble. That's
nice
good.
Nice job, Tawansha.
Tawansha Ray. I like that name. I'm not a big stat guy, Dylan. They don't do it for me. I'm not saying Teddy's. I thought they should have played Teddy. That was. I mean, you got a bye week. Yeah, I get that. We know. I can promise you this: in our gambling lives, when we're talking about who we're going to take, we're going to go. We're talking about who they're taking. Not one of us have been like, oh yeah, but they got Drew Brees. No, Drew Brees is a positive. He's very good. We know he's very good.
Welcome, Kyle. Nice to see you again.
We're on the Chiefs, Tawansha.
How about my Bengals? Can't wait for Week 16. I might fly to Miami if they're both 0-15.
Yeah, see who gets the perfect season.
What line did you get for Green Bay? Interested to know what prices people got for the game.
People took. That's always important. Oh.
Actually.
He got -3.5. We actually, for a bunch of reasons, we need the Chiefs to win. So I like the idea of rooting for the Chiefs. I really do.
What's going on, ITYM? Y'all want to bet the Packers here, but you seem very confident in the Chiefs, even without Chris Jones, Frank Clark, and Patrick Mahomes.
Correct, but hey, don't forget too. You gotta do what's best for you. You do what gives you the least amount of regrets. You know what I mean? Like we do volume. We do volume market plays, right? So we're less concerned with. We're much less concerned with injuries and stuff. Well, I wouldn't say that's necessarily true, but we're interested in the market's reaction to those injuries. So I like the Chiefs tonight. I like them pretty big, but hey, good. do what you got to do. Do what gives you the. I'm stuttering a lot today. Holy. Do what gives you the least amount of regrets. I need a little warm up. Everyone needs a warm up. Well, hello, Wook Dog.
Usually this is the time where I'd be giving you a warm up, but
yeah,
we jumped on
absolutely.
early
Yeah,
tonight.
that fluffer experience has really paid off for you, eh? Paid off for me, actually.
25 years in the industry, and it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, it never does, right? Job security is always an issue with young twinks coming in through.
You'd be surprised it actually isn't. How many games does Mickey Hill have? Mickey's 8-5 this week.
Hinocchio, oh. I think I want to know ya. Morris Day at a time. Shout out when Ravens beat the Pats. You get a lot of... Dylan, you get the most shout outs of anyone on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
He does. Totally does. Dylan, you even have your own wave. Your own little audio that plays when your name gets called. I don't know if you noticed.
Hinocchio hit a 12-team super teaser. That's awesome.
That's awesome. I don't know what that pays, but...
It's got to be ridiculous. Even with...
I don't think it's ridiculous.
For 12 teams, it's got to be ridiculous. Yeah, I think it's easy win for Packers. Personally, Aaron Jones will have a huge game.
Then take him, man. No, like there's nothing like... For us, there's nothing set in stone. Like we're malleable to every idea, and I think if you're gonna have regret for not taking them, then take them.
Our aim is to be right long term, like over huge samples, but game to game, anything can happen. 24-1 on that 12-1. That's unreal.
12 team, 24-1.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Well,
I'm glad he won.
Pinocchio won big today.
No, I'm happy for him. Yeah, I don't like that payout. It should be a lot more.
Dylan said he needs to shout us out on his channel. He's got a lot of subs.
Oh, does he? I'm gonna take a look here. Where is it actually? I'm trying to get on restream here. I have a very small brain despite a very large frame.
Large frame, small brain, is it?
Yeah, I'm like a dinosaur.
Like, who's cuter than Chase Daniel?
Who's cuter than Chase Daniel? All right, so when's the game start? We got 15 minutes? Yeah. Here we go. Dylan Todd has 1,300 subscribers. Good for him.
What kind of videos is he posting?
Music videos, from what it looks like. Big Rise flossing his teeth. Yeah, it's in the spread though. It's 5.5 points. It's pretty good. Matt Moore is a career backup. He's an average player. That's the best way I could pull it to explain it. I like the coaching of Andy Reid though. I think they have a reasonable chance of defying expectations. See, when everyone zigs, I zag. That's pretty much it. He should. But Andy Reid has to pull out all the stops. He really does, for them to be successful. Because it's his. They can't rely on Mahomes. So clearly, so that they need to win games in the meantime. This isn't locked up. Oakland almost playing off a victory in Houston. Oh, yeah. Andy Reid's a fantastic coach. Clock management's definitely an issue, though, for him. I'm just seeing, the Bills blowing out the Eagles blew out the Bills 31-13. That's interesting. I mean, we watched it kind of, but... That's the NFL for you. There's a lot of parity. Eagles have 2 strong road wins now. Packers and the Bills. All right, Dylan, do what you got to do. Think of whoever you need to think of. Yeah. Dylan's getting after it. Good. Yeah, well, you could. I kind of prefer this Eagles iteration of a team now. Like they did win the Super Bowl, and I think too that was one of my favorite Super Bowls. They went for it. They totally went for it. Like they were very. Hey, you already know it will be you. Fantastic. I'm glad I'm in someone's dreams. Yeah. Oh, they could totally shit the bed next week, Pinocchio. Let's take a look at some early lines. Me and Big Rye had an argument about the San Francisco 49ers against the Arizona line. So it's...
Ask them what they think the line should be.
Oh, yeah, we should. Let's see what they think. So, what do you guys think the line is? It's San Francisco at 49ers.
No. It's not
Sorry. San Francisco at Arizona. I'm really off right now.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll type it in the chat, too. Well, I think the book thinks that Green Bay will win, and the market kind of likes the Chiefs to cover. So that's the best way I could put that. I don't know about betting my house. There's still a chance that the other team can win. I mean, Tampa Bay won on the road in the LA Rams. Week 2 last year, the Bills, 17-point underdogs, beat Minnesota. Yeah, just making sure. Minus 17 prob? No. It's on the road, Pinocchio. Come on. So Big Rye thought it was minus 4.5, and I can tell you it's not. Zitvono, what's up? I nailed it. I won the little side bet me and Big Rye had, and I'll write it in chat. It's minus 7.5. Texans almost lost that game, Glock. Like it was pretty close. So I think a lot of things went the Texans' way too. But I mean, of course, don't forget each game is just an iteration of a bunch of games. So yeah, we went pretty big on the Raiders, and there was reverse steam on a reverse line movement rather on the Raiders. So there was steam on them. So the Raiders was a pretty big play for us, and that ended up working out. So I like how the Raiders are built. I like how they're coached. Last year, I can give them some leeway. They're just trying to get things right, more or less. So procedurally, that's kind of a big problem I've noticed in the NFL. Anyone watch the Browns game? It was horribly coached. False starts, illegal shifts, unbelievable. Well, $45, it depends what that means to you. If it's $5 a unit and you lost 9 units, that's unbelievable. If you usually bet $100 a game, then that's only 0.45 of a unit, then that's nothing, right? That's why you always talk about gambling and unit sizing, right? Because what's big to someone else is quite small to someone else. So, you do it in unit sizing and you be conservative, right? So, I know guys that have 5-digit unit sizes, and I know guys that have 2-digit unit sizing, but it's all the same in the end. You want the guy who has better ROI over the long term, right? Well, it just kind of got out of hand, item. I can't believe, though. I was really surprised at how many rushing touchdowns the Niners got. That was impressive. Yeah, we run the Niners as well today, so that was good. We've had a good day today. So Big Rye has been betting some hockey and stuff, too, and he's done well. Yeah, we saw that, Zitvono, but 6-7 still. It's it's fine. It's really fine. It's a long-term thing, right? Here, what do we got? Let's see here. Yeah, you still have a very high win percentage. Jets, Houston, Seahawks, and Colts. Yeah, I like the Broncos. That became a play. Seahawks was a play too. It was we ended up getting at 7.5. So. So they covered with a really backdoor field goal. It's pretty crazy. Well, Glock, then you don't gamble, right? Like, it's not... The thing about gambling is it's not so much you think about winning and losing money, is you think about, okay, did I make the right decision or not, right? And the right decision means it's money that you... that won't ruin you. Like, your bet sizing should relate to your risk of ruin, right? Because you need a living wage and then whatever you have at the end, right? So you need low risk of ruin, and you can't have any fear with it. And that's why, like, guys, like, I know guys that bet like huge amounts, and they couldn't care less about what the score was. They care about whether they got the best price and the best line. Like, that's what that's what they care about the most. And that's really the way to go. It's about the number, right? If you're afraid of losing money, just don't gamble. It's as simple as that, right? It's not for the faint of heart, this type of thing. It isn't, And the thing too is get it, whether you lose by 100 or you don't cover by a half point. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so feeling silly after making a bad decision, after making a choice on a team that didn't do well. I mean, we took Cleveland. That didn't work. I don't know if I could say that, but it's pretty considerable, I would say. Actually, you know what? I will say one of them. I had over 10 on 10 big ones on Floyd Mayweather. If that makes any sense, that's up there. So I think that is my biggest. So that was, and I took a lot of action too. There's a bar I frequent, and pretty much everyone in the bar took Conor McGregor. So I was that was a big bet for me. Yeah. And Jamie, Chiefs. Boys, are you ready for some Sunday night best bet cover? Go Chiefs. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, that worked out, Item. Well, this is the sick part. I took Mayweather at 1-25 when it opened for like $2,500, and then the line kept going down. And this is why I couldn't say no anymore. Was at the bar I was offering 2.5 to 1. And everybody in the bar was taking it. The closing line was like 3.75 to 1 on McGregor, which was crazy. So I was offering 2.5 to 1, and everyone took it, and I couldn't believe it. And then people, like, I kind of like was almost a little nervous when after the first couple rounds, but then I'm like, no, what am I talking about? This is going to be fine. It ended up working out. But again, that's results based. I still felt that McGregor's chance of winning was maybe 1.5%. So that's why I thought there was a positive expected value on it. Especially at 1-25, you need 4% to break even. I felt that I had a 2% edge. So, and I also, before I made a bet like that too, I talked to the other guys like one of the guys that mentored me too, and he tried to get as much down as he possibly could on that fight. So that gave me confidence a little bit. Who do we got here? Glock. Do you guys think the Chiefs are going to cover tonight? Yeah, I do. But don't forget, Glock. The chances of them covering are 55%, right? What I think you should do is not gamble. You just said you don't want to lose any more money, and I'm telling you about maybe a 54% play, 55%. Like, think about that. Like, it's slightly better than a coin flip. Like, there's a good chance you'll lose. That's how these things work. That's why I never like endorsing things too strongly. So, because you're doing it in the long term. What I think you should do is reassess, figure out what unit sizing is good for you. I don't do parlays, Corey, Andy. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I'm being so boring. I'm such a conservative. I don't know. I don't know what the word is.
Well, parlays are negative EV, so you don't do them.
Parlays are negative EV. You don't do them. Big Rye just said it best. Yeah. Not all of them, but generally speaking. So, yeah, I'm sorry I'm so negative about how this works.
Why,
but
you're realistic.
It's what
You're
it is.
not here to blow fluff.
I know. I'm not gonna
up the wazoo.
Yeah.
The fat guy's not here to just tongue starfish, guys. He's here to give you advice. Of course, that fat guy was on the edge. The Colts and Texans almost cooked. And ITYM said the only way to learn how to be a good gambler is losing big on new parlays. It's like initiation.
It is a little bit. I was so lucky growing up with my father. Like, he just, my dad is the ultimate not do sucker plays. It would poison him. It would really bother him to do something like that. So he thinks of it as like you're a loser if you do parlays. I don't think of it that way. I understand the allure of them and the entertainment aspect, but I grew up in a house where I could gamble when I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, but if you did stuff like that, then you weren't allowed to gamble. So there was a lot of consequences for that type of gambling.
Well, yeah, well, you weren't taught to lose.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed. You weren't allowed. I had to gamble my birthday money pretty much with him. Yeah, no, I get it. It's 1 or 5 for entertainment. So if it's for entertainment and you're betting whatever, it doesn't even matter, right? Because $1 or $5 could mean a lot to somebody, right? Probably in another country, it probably does. So I don't like thinking of it in terms of that. But I will say this, though. If you're looking for entertainment, Corey Andy, bet what doesn't give you regret. Bet what will give you the least amount of regret. That's the best way I can put it.
No, if you're betting for entertainment, just do whatever's most fun.
Yeah, that's going to get the same thing.
You really don't care.
What's the most fun? What gives you the least amount of regret? Because you want to feel emotion, right? I guess that's the idea behind it.
Yeah.
You and I are just devoid plugs, but I like how we have a gambling channel. I've just told people don't do it.
Well, that's really what gambling is.
Well, it's selective. It is.
It's the whole thing about gambling is not to gamble.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. It is to be an anti-gambler. But that's why you always give yourself that moniker, because that way when you do, at least the hustler in me, oh, I'm a wild and crazy gambler. So it gives other people a false sense of security.
Eagles game, I had a feeling that Eagles would crush my Bills, but the Eagles secondary has been so bad.
I don't like those handicapping things, because what happened is you end up, they call it an anchoring problem, where you anchor onto... You pick what side that you want, and then you find a reason to anchor on. And then you feel vindication if that forecast comes true. Even though what you anchored on probably has nothing to do with what happened, right? The Eagles do have a bad secondary, but is that enough to be so flippant on betting on against them? You know what I mean? Not really, right? And there's a lot of pros and cons to games that you and I don't even know about, right? That's why we prefer market plays, because market plays have all the handicappers' information and the square information built into it, if you can read between the lines. Well, there you go. It's a bit of a pun, right? It's a high-level allegory. But that's why we prefer market plays, and it just works better for us. I mean, of course, this year it looks like we're geniuses because of how well we're doing, but it's still... I would say we're slightly overrunning expectations in the contest, at least, considering we have to pick all those early lines. In the contest today, we went 8-5.
8-5.
And the plays were positive as well. So it's a good day, I guess. That'd be a way of putting it.
How old did Sam do today?
Hobgoblin.
Six and 7 so far.
6 and 7's all right.
Still 2 more games. Can finish.
Corey Andy. It's on the road in Baltimore. It's never going to be above a touchdown. Like there's no way. I mean, if it is, will happily put money on the Ravens. No problem. Yeah, it is often Zitvono, but like that's secondary to the market factors. Like Big Ryan and I were having a discussion about New England. We think that they stylistically match up poorly with teams such as San Francisco, who is a strong running team. San Francisco might even have the best rushing numbers overall. I think they do, actually. We think they match up poorly with Tennessee, if you can believe it. Also, too, what was the other team that we selected? Colts, yeah. I don't think the Patriots match well against all those 3 teams, and perhaps Baltimore as well. So, strong power running teams with reasonable defenses should give them some sort of the Patriots. They're just cover monsters. We're just going to keep losing on those guys, I guess. Corey, Andy, what do I think the line is? Ravens, I think it's going to be Pats. I think it's going to be Pats minus 2.5. That's what I think on the road.
I say Pats minus 3.5.
3.5, yeah, maybe 3.5. I might flip flop on it and go with Big Rye. Pats minus. I'm gonna say Pats minus 3. That's what I'm gonna say. We like the Ravens regardless. So.
Yep.
Patriots destroy the Darling Browns. I'm surprised that Mayfield finished the game. Yeah, Browns are one of the poorer coached teams in the NFL. There's something interesting that we were talking about too that I kind of thought of. It's a theory. I did listen to a Haralabob talk. Haralabob, for those of you who don't know, his name's Haralabos Vulgaris. He's probably the best sports gambler ever. So I listened to a conference talk with him, and he talked about coaching strategy, people that are more likely to cover, and people that are more likely to win. And so for me, there's going to be I'm going to be trying to in all of our work. I think we're going to be looking for. We're at least going to turn the stone over on whether there's some coaches that are better for covers, and there's some coaches where you're better off taking the money line as a dog, because some coaches will lose really badly in an attempt to win, right? Like they'll use a strategy that's 35% to win, but you're getting 4-1, right? But the cover is pretty low because they only really cover if they win. Does that make any sense?
We kind of skipped over Zitvona's question. In your opinion, is it worthwhile to consider how well the teams match up?
No, we didn't.
Like, for example, this team is bad against the run, or this team has a good running game.
That's what we spoke about with the Patriots. You had some nice Rolo ice cream.
'49ers Saints is going to be a really good game to watch in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, that was a fantastic game. Are you guys ever going to be posting that on your Twitter website? Yeah, eventually. I'll resurrect the Twitter stuff. The problem is that when I was doing it, I was like disenchanted because I didn't know what was valuable, right? So I want to be when I start doing it again, I'll be posting stuff of value that Big Ryan and I work on, because the posting news and stuff is kind of just noise, really. And I don't want to be posting just noise. Well, we were into handicapping for years. That was our bread and butter. But we just kind of switched over because we feel as though the market conditions are just more consistent, more accurate. They yield more positive results. If you were a top tier handicapper, that would be the best case scenario, because you would have the exact price. But the problem with being a top tier handicapper is you need an advantage of information. Like old school top tier handicappers, that's what they had, advantage of information. So I think it's really difficult to attain in this climate, right? Because you got to be, especially NFL, because all of the information is so public to everyone, right? Even the people around here, everyone reads all that stuff. So it's a lot more difficult to have that type of edge. So the guys it costs resources to have extra that inside information, I guess we'll call it. So I think the best way to do it is to sacrifice a little bit of edge just by following those people, more or less. Fat Guy, you think Jets and Dolphins could be a good play? I think that may be like Dolphins and Skins, where a lot of cash is played. I don't know if a lot of cash was played in Dolphins and Skins. I know the volume was down, but the cash could have been, I guess. I don't know what side the pros and Joes were on that game. So there's a really bizarre one, that's for sure. I think it was Skins minus 4.5 on the road, and they ended up winning 17-16. Tomorrow I like the Dolphins, but I don't love them. I think tomorrow the Dolphins are a small play, depending on where the line closes, as long as it's over 14.5. If it slips, like, I would be happy taking the Steelers at like minus 11.5 tomorrow. Anyways, it's a real mud of a game, though. Oh, not a lot of cash played, absolutely. Here, Josh. Browns stink. Baker stinks. Odell stinks. This is what Browns get for trashing the Giants. Now they're no better. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a personal vendetta. I never thought this version of the Browns was good. You're allowed to be anti-Baker. That's what sports does. It invokes emotion. It's divisive, but that's what competition's about. I don't like this version of the Browns, but I'm a Browns fan. You just kind of stick with it. I liked it when they had a good O-line and a good defense. They don't have that anymore, really. They have a good defense on paper. They actually do, I would say. But their offensive strategy and the way they're built on offense is atrocious. They've spent $40 million on receivers. I can't even. That number is to me is just absurdly large. And what has that got them? Absolutely nothing, really.
A first-round pick on a tight end.
First-round pick on a tight end. They gave up 2 firsts for Odell Beckham.
I can't remember.
And $20 million a year. Yeah. $16 million on Jarvis Landry. The Browns would be good with a good coach. You could say that about every team, though, Corey Andy. Could you not? We were going over that before this broadcast. There's
other than maybe Miami, every team has talent.
Miami's a 4-win team, 5-win team with a good coach.
DT's back after his quick sesh.
Yeah, there you go.
Fat guy, please give me hope and tell me that you like those Ravens for next week.
Yeah, I like the Ravens next week. You'll see it in the video tomorrow.
Current Browns is a blueprint of how not to build a team. They're like early luck Colts. Lots of toys, but no O-line.
Yeah, that's an excellent comparison. I like it. Although I think it's a little flattering to put Baker Mayfield in the same conversation as Andrew Luck. Oh, we got the game started here.
It's funny because the Patriots O-line isn't much better, but for some reason they're able to win.
Well, yeah, that's called good coaching. I don't think they're good, Dylan. I got to be honest. That looked like a false start. Let's go Chiefs. Yeah, but like Dylan, you got to remember, think about it this way. Think about it. We simulate the game a million times. Sometimes stuff like that is going to happen. It's where the median is, right? Because you always go the what if game, and then and you always put a positive spin on the what if game. Everyone does. I just prefer not to do that because it's annoying. There's we got really hurt by Tampa Bay not winning, oddly enough, despite having Tennessee in a pool situation, and we go, oh, what if there was a fumble return for a touchdown that got whistled down? You can go, what if, right? It is what it is, right? But then what if Eddie Pinheiro didn't miss the kick, right? It's a game that just goes, make you go crazy, more or less. Sup, guys? Fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah, Jason, it was a good day for the Eagles. Very good day. On the road, tough win. Browns had turnovers on 3 straight snaps. It's not just one play. Absolutely. And they were fortuitous. One, the guard, Joel Bitonio, kicked a fumble off the foot. It's just a bizarre thing, right? I still think the Browns were the right bet on that in that game, but it just didn't work out in that instance. So it's just classic Browns. The unluckiest things always happen to the Browns. So, and fortuitous things happen to the Patriots. Point in case, look at the nature of those franchises. Patriots made it work with the best coach of all time, possibly, and the Browns certainly didn't. Yeah, the Browns could be 8-8. That's pretty much what I think. The Browns are a 7-win team naturally. Whether they finish with 7 wins, I don't know. Probably not now at 2-5. They do have an easier second half schedule, but just to give you an example, right?
6.5, 7 wins is probably their median right now.
Yeah, median is probably 7. Yeah, Chargers may manage to win though. Bears aren't that strong a team. PFF has everyone in like 80 and above. This entire defense. I think they're better than that. I don't trust that website. Excellent catch. Is that Kumaro? Yeah. Yeah, those Colts are. I think the Colts are just a really strongly coached team. I really do, and I like how the Colts are built. They just have a fantastic offensive line that enables them to be strong in the run and pass game more or less. Defense is young, but defense will get better. Don't worry. I also think they have the best general manager in the league. I think they have the most cap space as well. The Colts, oddly enough, with that team. So if that gives you any idea about the future. Yeah, but maybe they overran expectation, Corey Andy. Because don't forget, like, you win a couple close games, you look like you're better than you are, right? Here's a good example. Think about the 49ers last year compared to this year. Is the team really that much different? I mean, you could argue about Garoppolo, but Garoppolo hasn't. I mean, he's better than Beathard, but I mean, how much of an advantage is that? I don't know. And don't forget, I could even argue that they're worse off now because Joe Staley and Matt McGlinchey, their starting tackles, haven't been playing. You could make that argument. So,
that one guy says the Eagles face the Bears, Patriots, Seahawks all at home. Do they win all or two of those games? They'd most likely go 2-1.
Yeah, most likely. What? Well, then who blows the whistle down here? Sorry, it was 1st and 15, and Jones had a bizarre first down run.
Eagles fans miss Frank Reich. Pass rush not looking good without the starters. Brissett contract is crazy. 3 years, $30 million.
3 years, $30 million is a great deal, I would say.
Yeah,
a fantastic value. That's why I really think Chris Ballard, the Colts GM, is best in the league. So that adds to my reasoning for that.
Rodgers airing it
There's
out.
a flag downfield. So, Alex Okafor doing his best D Ford impression, and he jumps offside, giving the Packers a free play, which is incomplete to Jimmy Graham. So it is, 2nd and 9? Giants remind me too much of the Knicks, and it hurts so bad. They did that right before the year, and people forgot Brissett covered a lot of the spread in 2017. Well, that's because Brissett's underrated. Like, people think that, they don't have Andrew Luck, they're terrible. Good. It's been good for us this year. It's a corner blitz. Oh. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. 3rd and 9 here. Frank Reich he's a big part of their offense. I like don't forget though, you got to give Peterson credit. Peterson laid it on the line. He knew his best chance of winning was taking risks, going for it on 4th down, all that kind of stuff. And the Eagles went pedal to the metal. They didn't play to cover. They played to win, and they did. And I was very impressed with the Eagles. Very impressed. That was one of my favorite Super Bowls because from a game theory perspective, I felt like he maximized their ability to win. Yeah, well, that's the thing about, wow, they are blitzing the Chiefs. There is no way he caught that. Oh, that is so unlucky for the Chiefs. Wow. I want to see it taking a look at this. I so don't think he caught that. It looks like he did. I don't know. I don't know what a catch is anymore, everyone. I got to be honest.
They have Jones and Williams out for this play. And we do get a very late challenge from Andy Reid.
This challenge is essentially a timeout, too. I mean,
I know Giants will be competitive soon. Just right now it hurts. G-Men about to have a ton of cap space and a lot of draft picks. That's what you want in the NFL.
Yeah. The problem is, though, is that's never a guarantee. It's just it's a plus positive. I mean, you're just in a better spot. You had like being a Cleveland fan every time. When Sashi Brown, it was greatest. We had the most draft picks and the biggest cap space. But then all that happened was, so far as Dorsey took over, spent all the money, used all the draft picks in some sort of fashion, and this is what you have now. Item thinks that Gettleman, he meant Gettleman, not Gentleman, is drafting great. He's going to build a winner. Yeah, possibly. I mean,
I like what the Giants have been doing. They've got the toughest part is always to get a quarterback, and they've got one in Daniel Jones.
Yeah, they do.
I know you're a big fan of Daniel Jones.
I like Daniel Jones. I think he's good.
I think he has a really bright future.
So do I.
So they've got the toughest part. Now they just need to build everywhere else so that you do that with cap space and with picks.
Well, Gettleman took a lot of heat taking Daniel Jones. And the Barkley pick, I know who Barkley is. I just don't like the idea of paying a running back the guaranteed salary of $7 million a year. I don't like Shermer either. We had him in the Browns. He's not good, in my opinion. That being said, like the Barkley one, I'd rather just have a committee of guys where I could pay them $7 million collectively. You lose a little bit in skill, but there's a bunch of other things that fall in your benefit. Number one is injury. If someone gets injured, that's not really a big deal. Number two, I would say, is re-signing. It's never going to cost you, and it's never going to be that big of a worry about filling that position. If you can get solid running backs, there's lots of them. There's UDFA running backs that are good. I mean, it's one of the easily fillable positions. I'd rather just spend the money on and draft capital, draft a lineman, defensive or offensive. I don't care. And that's if you have a quarterback already. If you don't, draft a quarterback. Pretty simple. I know that's not really like the best player available. I know that strategy, but I think the value of linemen and pass rushers and quarterbacks supersedes that. It should be the best of those positions available.
It looks like a catch to me. And they rolled
Play stands. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Unfortunate for the Chiefs. Jones with a great touchdown run. Oh, there's a flag down, though. Hopefully this is against... Oh, the worm. They're bringing it back. That's a good worm. Holy. You got to be pretty strong to pull that off. Holding offense. Here we go. Yeah, my argument, again, is not really... I don't think Saquon's a bad player. I think Saquon's one of the best running backs in the league, easily. It's just that, for me, it doesn't make sense salary-wise when you look at contracts, right? Because you have to...
As well as longevity.
That's another thing, longevity, absolutely.
How long does a good lineman play for, usually?
11 years.
And how long does a running back usually play for?
Well, 4, right? Some over on expectation. You can give me a lot of good examples, like Peterson's had more than a 4-year good run, absolutely. Wow. Jones getting another big gain. You could say Frank Gore. Frank Gore's been good for how long? But those are exceptions to they're outliers, not exceptions. They're outliers. There's plenty of guys that are really good that played only a couple years. So I can't name all of them off the top of my head, but they're there, trust me. There's so many now that I think about it, like Willie Parker, you know what I mean? Guys like that. Touchdown. Aaron Jones. He's going to get it anyways. I'm trying to think of all of them now. Tim Hightower, Beanie Wells, like those guys had good seasons. Rashard Mendenhall, there's like those guys all had good 1,000-yard seasons, all of them. Short careers, all of them. Even Charles' window is what, 4 years? He's the best running back in the league for about 4 years. It's not the Giants. I think it's everybody in the first round. It's D lineman and not a run stuffing D lineman, like a pass rushing D lineman or like a disruptor in the interior. You know, like even a Deron Payne is fine for the first round, or an offensive lineman or a quarterback really. So for the Giants, I just take the best pass rusher D lineman. That's really it. Pass rusher D lineman or offensive lineman. It doesn't matter which position. One of those things. So. People make a case for secondary players, but when you have a good pass rush, your secondary can be bad. It really can.
Pass rush first, secondary second. That's
what's called the secondary. Because think of it this way, like you don't get targeted that often for whatever reason when you're guarding someone or even playing zone. Like what if you're playing zone and they don't run in your zone? Like, you know what I mean? I want the resources I have to be excised at every juncture. Pass rush is used on every down in some fashion, even if they're handling a gap in the run defense. So yeah, Giants secondary is bad, but that's you're going to find value drafting the positions I'd mentioned. At least I believe. Chiefs defense is such a letdown. Yeah. I mean, they did put some resources into it, but I'm not a fan of Steve Spagnuolo. I mean, He did manage to coach the defense of sorry, I keep moving around, Big Rye, but he did manage to coach the defense of the legendary Giants defenses that had won Super Bowls. Especially, I believe he did against the undefeated New England game. I think it was 07 or 09. I get years mixed up a lot. Regardless, it was 07, I think. Regardless, I still think that I'm not a fan of his. Like when he coached New Orleans. They made so few adjustments, and if he doesn't have guys that are completely scheme dependent, then I think it's just a problem. And don't forget too, that Giants D line was ridiculously good. I don't think you needed to be a big wizard to rush 4, get there with 4, and then drop 7 in coverage. I mean, sorry. Well, you got Strahan, Canty, who's another one? Justin Tuck. That's a ridiculous crew. I'm sorry that. You got that. Like, I don't think you need to be a wizard on defense. So for him to take credit for that and use that as like his resume, that's kind of difficult to me. OCU Minora the second time around.
What's going on, Purva?
Are we doing live betting here? Not at the moment, no, sir. You know what defenses I'm impressed with? Even though you're going to say, oh, Green Bay got blown out or blew out the Raiders defense. Raiders defense is atrocious on paper. Completely atrocious. And they've really gleaned the most out of what they have. So, yeah, spread's 8-5. It makes sense. So, as far as like Paul Gunther has done a really good job with this Raiders defense. It's been a work in progress from last year. But I think the Raiders defense has done a really, really good job, all things considered, how bad their personnel is. Saints have the best defense. I argued that last week, and it's up. They're up there, that's for sure. McCoy's getting the start over Damian Williams. I don't know if that's interesting. That's kind of been the thing, so. Yeah, Purva Meta.
I think I just lucked out.
Yeah, I maybe got lucky. No problem.
But I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and joining us.
Bill's defense was super disappointing. Well, Dylan, though, it's one game, right? It's the way you got to look at these things. It's If the other thing too is, don't forget, all of the rules are slated to enhance the offense. All of them. Like the defense gets jagged at every opportunity, and they only make it harder. And they stump defensive improvement, I would say, by the rule changes. I don't like it. I'm a fan of defense. So it's when a quarterback's playing well, that's it. Like, there's just really nothing you can do, in my opinion. When Mahomes is on point, Rodgers is on point, when things are clicking, you're screwed. Unless you get a pass rush. That's the way to defeat all of that. This has got to be a first down. What kind of spot are they going to give him?
Watkins did a pretty good job here.
They're giving a first down. Fantastic.
You don't see the chains get pulled out very often anymore.
No, they're kind of lazy.
Used to be like every day, every time.
Well, I almost like that.
Like within a yard, they always used to pull it out.
Good.
Now it seems like you never see that.
You'll have to wait, Jason, till the video. We got to save some magic for the video. So, because the video is all stream of consciousness. Big Ryan and I don't have scripts. We just kind of run through it. I don't want to ruin I don't want to ruin the good magic. Not that I don't want to share it with you. It's just
we don't know what we're picking.
Yeah, that too.
The Patriots and 49ers defense don't care though.
He's saying, he doesn't care though. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can make arguments all over the place. Hard to argue the Patriots, but I mean, it's hard for me to crown a champion. So,
people have strong opinions about that Bills-Philly game this
year. Yeah, I was surprised at that.
Two teams that aren't exactly public teams per se.
Yeah. That one guy, 1, 2, 3. So you believe the Redskins will win another game? Well, you know what? I think they're favored to win another game, possibly two. I haven't looked at their schedule, but it's just from a math perspective, they're favored to win a game. I can tell you that. Right, even though they're going to be an underdog, they have a chance. They're more than likely going to upset at least one of those. There's things I actually like about the Redskins, to be honest. There is some optimism.
Excellent D-line.
Yeah, they do have an excellent D-line. All first-round picks.
A Ewing theory once they get rid of Josh Norman and they don't have to play him. That'll be nice.
Norman's been monumentally bad.
Yeah, he's been, especially this season.
Yeah, Giants. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Dylan, there's some magic in the background, so the leaderboard isn't that hard once we figured it out.
Well, what was asked?
Dylan said, to do the standings, you guys count everyone's picks on every single game. If so, that's a grind. I respect that.
Oh, that is a standard Big Rye figure out. Big Rye's a big wizard with organizing data and Excel, and I guess now it's Google Sheets we've been using for a year now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Big Rye is he's very strong in that category. I'm a laggard, don't worry.
Apuvra has another question. Which is the best website to get betting data for the NFL?
I'll post two of them in there. So one we've used a lot, and one I just found. So,
and what kind of betting data are you looking for?
That's another thing too. They don't offer historical data anymore. Oh yeah, see, we've been looking. Here's a good example. There's another website the website I just put used to give historical data. It doesn't anymore.
What Apurva is asking for is I want to know what were the odds before the game started and how the odds changed during the game. What? So you'll find that at Sports Insights, and you can see it for different books. So I would suggest to follow along with Pinnacle's lines, because Pinnacle usually has the best lines, as well as you can see the lines during a game. But I would highly recommend that.
Yeah, we're kind of interested in scrubbing that data and saving it because we'd like to parse through the market movements in between the games and perhaps even during. So if you happen to have any ability or information on that, we would be very much interested. Line movements are something we want to study a lot more, that's for sure. They had to punt that ball. That is so annoying. Oh, glad you enjoy it. Do you participate in our contest? We do it weekly. It's free. Most of the people on the channel participate, or in the chat rather, right now, and we highly recommend doing it. Just because it's a good way to compete and learn, and you'll probably get a shout out, and you win a T-shirt if you do win, and we'll send it wherever you are. I can only imagine. So.
That one guy asked, do you guys ever switch picks based on line movements due to unforeseen circumstances like injuries?
The problem is we do such early lines that we get kind of screwed once in a while, such as in the Atlanta line. The Atlanta line opened at Seattle -3.5, and then what a big hit on Williams. So the Atlanta line opened at -3.5 and closed at -7.5 for Seattle. So because of the Matt Ryan injury, we're a 4-point victim. But that's why we get the line shop at the start of the show. So yeah, would we change a pick? Absolutely. But since our video comes out early, it's once we say a pick on air, we have to stick to it due to our integrity and transparency.
Yeah, we would never switch any of our picks for the show, but betting games we would definitely flip depending on what the price is and what the public values and what we value. Like if Aaron Rodgers was out this game, this line would have flipped to probably Kansas City -3.5.
I'd say 2.5, but
so at that point, there's a chance we might be on the Packers.
On the Packers, absolutely.
But it all depends on what the markets are telling you. Dylan's chiming in saying a betting strategy that a lot of people call a suckers, but I believe is super easy, is the 3-team teaser where you pick 3 teams and get 10-point spreads.
I think it looks easier than it is. We go over this pretty much every live stream. I think a large majority of parlays are sucker bets. I really do, Dylan. Big Rye's going to bring up this, or you're not. Are you going to bring up that article?
Sure.
Yeah, check out this article. We show this over and over. This doesn't mean that it isn't possible to beat them, but it's just a good example. What a special teams play by McCole Hardman. So Dylan and everyone in the chat, or even watching our stream rather, this is the ROI for each individual betting market, and yeah, but you got to remember, Dylan, it's what the payout is, right? You know what I mean? If the payout sucks, then it doesn't matter, right? It's all about percentages in that realm. So, Big Rye, if you want to take over and explain this chart.
So this is the return on investment that the sports books get from each one of these bets. So, for instance,
betting markets
at the bottom here in 2018, football yielded a 5.65% return on investment. So every $100 bet, they made $5.
65 cents.
For basketball, it was $6.60 in return. For baseball, $4.59 return. For other, 5.1. The total is 6.1, but parlays was a 24% return on investment for Vegas.
So, and like the average, if you look through that entire sheet, there's a ton of, there's lots over 30%. So yeah, but Dylan, it's the price. It's not how much you spend. It's the price. If the price is wrong, Bob, you can't bet it, right? You know what I mean? It's like a coin. Here's a good example. You get a coin flip. You get to pick which side. Me and you are betting. I get $60 on the other side. You get 40 on the one you choose. You flip the coin. You take heads. It lands on heads. You won. But does that mean it was a good bet? No. Overall, I'm going to be making $20. I'm going to be making $10 in expected value a flip, right? So you have to think of it that way. Is the price right? So for us, if I'm not getting better than 50-50 on a coin flip, I'm not going to do it. So the casino won 24.08% on parlays. No, that's what the casino would got in a Perva. So that's what they got in ROI. So for every $100 they accepted on parlays, the casino had a profit of $24.08. So that's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's how much they won. Yeah.
A better way to look at it would be for every $100 bet, no good.
No good.
City on the 50-yarder.
No problem.
So for every $100 bet, somebody betting a parlay, for every $100 you put down, you're going to get about $76 back.
Oh, it's a 6-5. No, I get that. But I'm just saying, I don't think that's...
The payout's going to be negative.
Yes.
Even if you were to hit above average and make all the right picks, on average you're going to lose money. Like over a long term, you're just losing more. Anytime you combine two games, you lose a little bit more every time. And
well, not always, but in most instances, it depends on the payout. So there are places that do offer it positive. Yeah, it's what the price is, right? So, like in most parlays, to put it mildly. Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, every guy is going to tell you, oh, it's easy money. And then this is the other thing, too, is their example of why it's easy money is that they won doing it, right? But, like, winning, say you do it 5 weekends and you win 2 or 3 weekends, or you win 4 even, let's say you win all 5. It's a sample of 5. That doesn't mean anything, right? You have to think what's statistically relevant over a long period, right? Or a large sample, not long period. That's two different things. And it just isn't, right? So you got to do it. And here's a good example. Think about the contest we do, Dylan. People say, oh, yeah, it's easy to bet the spread. Dylan, you and I know, especially this contest has pulled it out. It's not as easy as it looks. And the guys near the top are batting at 59%, 58%. And that's overrunning expectation. The really, really good ones are batting, 55, 56? It's hard. It's hard. It's really hard. It's not supposed to be easy, Beating a sports book, it's difficult. Very few are able to do it. So, not very few, but not that many. Let's put it that way. And the best part is, too, Dylan, is what you can always do. Roblo! We did say we were having a groovy night not that long ago.
That's true, but the real question is the hot tub back?
Yeah, is it back? We need it back.
Has it crossed enemy lines?
State lines, yeah.
And is it back home? I haven't been able to sleep since you've told me that.
All right. We haven't done much gameplay by pay. Still in surgery. That sucks. So the Chiefs, unfortunately, have been on the bad side of things, let's say, to start this game. And they've missed a field goal now to make things a little bit worse. Green Bay up 7-0 with the ball at their own 40-yard line. Nice run stuff by the Chiefs. Yeah, so there you go. Just talk about bad running. It says that there's a 90% chance that the Jake Kumaro catch came to fruition. That's bad luck.
Apurva never pay for picks. The websites that you see are 70 to 80% of their picks. You don't know what kind of picks they're making because no one can go 70 to 80% against the spread.
The spread, it's impossible.
Maybe if you're betting like I don't know, huge teasers where, like tonight, if you bet the Packers as like, I don't know, 15, 20 point underdogs, the fat guy and I could win 80%.
We could win 80%. We could take in college. I bet you I could go 90% in college if I took minus 40 spreads and above.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you're going to make money. So all those. The other thing too is people that sell picks. It's a bit like the Wolf of Wall Street. They don't know anything about actually picking. They only know about selling picks. And the thing about picks, if you buy a bundle, it's they're selling you. It would have to be really cheap because think about this: on a $1,000 bet, if you're really good, you're due to make somewhere around $60 in the long run, right? So like you need to be betting with serious volume and unit sizing to make it worth your while if you're going to be paying a significant amount for picks. And I don't know, they're called touts. They generally speaking just don't offer positive expected value plays anyways. And since they're selling picks, there's very little sorry, I got jumbled by reading Dylan Caulfield's comment. I just totally lost my train of thought.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Dylan Caulfield made me laugh. I'm sorry. Fat guy, I'm just letting you know, if you pick those Falcons one more time, I'm unsubbing. Well, you might unsub. I don't pull punches for anybody, Dylan. If I think they're the right play, I'm letting you know. Yeah, I know you're kidding. I know you're the shit talker. I'm down with that. Chiefs getting destroyed here. Yeah, I mean, some unlucky things. They miss a field goal. Jake Kummerow makes that catch. They lose the challenge. First down gets rejected, and then they had to punt. A lot of like bad stuff. Like this is run bad too, right? So, and it's only 7-0 too. So keep your pants on.
14-0, but
he just stepped out of bounds though.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's they're showing.
Back. Either way, even if this touchdown stands, this game is still way too early. There's only been 5 possessions, and the Chiefs.
Yeah, there you go. Jeff gets it.
Awesome.
Bet Pats by 14, Rams by 14. 2-0. Good day. There you go.
That's terrific, Jeff. Congrats.
Very good. Yeah, it's out of bounds at the 10. I don't know, Dylan. Yeah, he was. The thing was, is CN, I think his name was. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Jeff Roblo donated $2.
Thank you, Jeff. It's always appreciated. But I'm more concerned about your hot tub.
I think his name was CN, Dylan. Yeah, what CN was saying was actually very correct. Everything CN wrote was correct. I don't think that I don't think he understands your role in the Big Ryan the Fat Guy pantheon. He doesn't understand how you're you are who you are. How come you weren't in the last stream a couple days ago? It was only my boy Big Rye. I did end up jumping on this stream later. I had
he was taking care of business.
Taking care of business. That's the best way I can put it. I had a meeting to tend to, so I was a little bit late in coming back. Traffic wasn't that good, but I had let Big Rye know. Don't worry. So I did come on afterwards, and we stayed. That was a long stream.
Yeah, we ended up doing an hour of post game.
You missed me. You missed a drinking fat guy. There was a lot of that on the stream.
He was having a blast.
Yeah. Not too crazy, but a good, 10 beers probably, maybe 12. It was a good time.
Dylan, this is what we do the most, but Fat Guy slangs drinks and I do some marketing.
Yes.
He looked like he got in there at the last second, but
I thought he
mark
did.
Him short.
Most of my income comes from gambling, Dylan, believe it or not. I do have a reasonable poker game, if you can believe it. So I don't actually like playing poker. I'm just good at it, though. At one point I did. Yeah. You guys should move in together. We pretty much are. We live, 8 minutes away from each other. I'm here all the time. So
he could be the Bert to my Ernie.
Yeah.
The Thelma to my Louise.
I already am, idiot.
You're practically my Squiggy.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, you're not much of a Thelma and Louise fan.
What, Squiggy? I've seen Thelma and Louise.
Squiggy's the best character on Thelma and Louise. So you're going to tell me you've seen that?
Yeah, I haven't seen Thelma and Louise in like 15 years. Is that Brad Pitt's character? You're trolling me big time. You totally are.
Thank you very much, Aperva. Much appreciated.
You.
Squidgy?
What is it? What's the character?
Oh, it's a different show.
Yeah, okay. Nice troll. Hey, thank you, Meta. We appreciate that. Thank you. He's your Morty. There you go. Yeah, Meta, I don't know if you, Meta, you don't participate in our contest, but I would love to see your picks, and here, I'll post a link in the chat. I know actually, you know what? Just look at our because it's already too late. Check out our video tomorrow, and the link will be in the description. We want as many people participating as possible because more or less you kind of learn too. We have our own little marketplace, right? So
yep,
it's a good way of learning.
It's just another source for betting.
It's another tool, really. Oh, you do? Fantastic. Good. Glad you do. Oh, Laverne and Shirley. Come on.
Some Squiggy.
So that's me? All right. Got a sick widow's peak. Oh, you're Arrowheads. Ah, okay. I know who you are. Yeah. Man, Hardman has been fantastic on these returns. Yeah, yeah. I guess not. Only time I'll get my apology. Well, how about this, Dylan? We're beating you in the contest. You got to give me the credit there. And don't forget, you get the later lines, right? You get to see how everything matures before you make your selection. I got to do it on Monday night with Big Rye here, off the cuff too. For this game, I'm getting minus 950 Packers money line. That's probably about right. I don't think that's a bet. No, I don't think so. You got to wager. It doesn't make sense. I don't have a chart in front of me, though, so I couldn't tell you one way or another. But I can only imagine that they're pretty... The one thing I will say about in-game betting is they're probably very solid in win probabilities. Yeah, I know, but it's still a chance, right? So that means you're $95 to win 10, right? So it's, what is that? 12.5% chance the Chiefs win. I think that's reasonable, especially if they get this play right here. It didn't happen, but I mean that's what I mean. So
the live line right now, Packers are 14.5 point favorites.
Yeah, that makes sense. But if it's going to give you regret not to do it, then do it. So I just don't know if I can't sign off on whether the math is sound or not. And that's important to me when betting. Very important to me.
Well, here's a good example. We were watching, technically we weren't watching it, but the
I was listening
Washington
to it.
Capitals were what? Plus 1350 to come
1365.
back. And so they were down 5-1 to the Vancouver Canucks.
Was it 5? When they're down 5-1, yeah.
They were down 5-1 near the end of the second period. And they were plus 1350 to come back and win, and they ended up coming back and
they won 6-5.
Yeah.
So it does happen. In fact, that's a longer odds than the Chiefs are right now. 3rd and 4, Chiefs in their at their own. What is it? 14. Hill in the backfield. That is Hill caused a lot of issues with that. That was interesting. Yeah, Apurva. I think the best way of looking at things is less to do with Mahomes is out, so therefore it's more to look at the number. Is this price make sense for this situation?
Well, the average line for a Pinnacle bet is -105, but the second you start betting live games, it's -108 on both sides. So you're already losing some juice just betting a live line at Pinnacle, at least.
Hill is unbelievable.
An alternate spread for the Packers, -6.5 or -330. I still think the price is too high for both of those.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Again, though, we don't have a chart in front of us. We don't have our own simulator. We can't be exactly sure what's value and what isn't. I just, from this point in time, if it's uncertain, I just prefer not to wager. It's the way that I am. Way the Big Rye is too. What a play by Kelce.
I will say this: it's better than betting a parlay.
It's better than betting a parlay. Yeah,
but it's not as good as betting a game straight up. And even just wait till halftime. Halftime, you'll have better lines betting the second half rather than live betting.
There's another thing, an argument about live betting that is true. Not on... some websites, what they'll do is if you do it like during the middle of like a drive, they'll hold your pick. They'll hold your bet. And then they'll sign off on it whether the next play is fortuitous for them or not. And they can reject bets too. Like those are shadier websites. I don't know which site you're using. But like that's another reason to either wait for a commercial break or a big break. Right? And then make a decision, i.e. halftime. Halftime makes a lot more sense. So I kind of like what Big Rye said there. Also too, we haven't done a deep dive into live betting. We've had negative experiences from it and we don't quite like it. But also that's inexperience on our part. So if you do have some data that backs up your findings, go for it. Test your theory in real time. But I just, neither of us can sign off on it at this juncture. Dylan Toddfield, Falcons, Fat Guys, Falcons pick and his picks against the Saints is the reason why the rule you have the right to remain silent was invented. Well, that's called your Miranda rights, I believe. And picking 2 games wrong, I don't think that's going to do anything for me. I did go 8-5 this week in the contest, and I think you went 5-8, Dylan, despite getting those 2 picks right. So
what's going on, OG Glock? How you doing tonight?
Yeah, he popped in earlier. So.
I thought so. I think he's back now, hot and heavy.
Hot and heavy,
ready to shoot that Glock, OG style.
They're playing the Men in Black song.
Just so you guys know, we're just about to start the second quarter. And as always, the second quarter is brought to you by Hooters, the restaurant.
Hooters. Like as if you had like sacks of fat hanging off women's chests.
Is it? I hear it's the same way with mutual funds. You're paying too much money for inflated results.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I could go on a serious rant about the banking system. I'm sure everyone around me has heard it before. Just fees that don't make any sense. Fees that, a nice sack here by Zadarius Smith, who's having a real season.
I missed the BJ Raji dance.
Yeah. tough game for the Chiefs so far. 2nd and 16. Ooh, nice screen to McCoy, who's going to reverse course. He's only going to get, I think, 5 or 6 yards here on the carry.
OG Glock said, guess what? I did not bet the last game because I thought that it would be a bad idea to keep betting after I already lost a lot.
Yeah, that was the point, Glock. Like I said, if you weren't comfortable, you know what I mean? There's a whole science to it, and emotion is the worst thing to play with. And yes, Dylan, I'm at least a B cup behind this jacket.
Glock, it's tough. That's why you want to bet small units, because if you're betting big units and you've lost that much,
big units, he means like your bet sizing is large, compared to what you can handle. Let's put it that way.
You pretty much want to be betting 1% of whatever your bankroll is. If you're betting more than that, like if you lose 10 in a row in a day, at least that way you only lose 10% of your bankroll. But if you're betting like 5 to 10% of your bankroll, you lose 10 in a day. That could be your entire bankroll or half of it.
Apurva Meta. I need to go to New Jersey to bet. I'm a New York resident, so I'll make a move. We'll see you guys in some time if you're still around. Yeah. We'll be around this evening and until the end of the game, and most certainly in the future. I can promise you that. Unless I croak from a heart attack. You never know with this diet. You never know.
Appreciate the donation, Apurva, and good luck with your bets.
Yes.
What's going on, Perp Mouse? Sup, boys? How you guys doing?
I think you're having a good week, Perp Mouse, if I'm not mistaken. Glock, I lost every single bet this week. I did trash. These things happen, though. The thing is, it's decisions, not results. If you made the right decision in each one of those and they were all positive expected value and you came out on the negative end and you wagered appropriately, then it's not a big deal. I have some doubts as to whether you did that, but going forward, that's how you should look at it. Did I win or lose? Doesn't really matter. Did I make the right decisions? Yes or no? That matters.
What's Do you remember what Perp Mouse is?
Perp Mouse. I forget what it was. Maybe it was last week. You had a good one. You guys certainly changed over time. Remember, you guys didn't even show your face in videos. Big improvements. Well, I don't even have social media. This is Big Rye did a lot of convincing to get me to go on camera, and obviously we're a little bit more comfortable now. I still don't love being on camera, but it's the community has been to my liking though, and I enjoy these live streams, believe it or not. And that's something I never thought I would. I'm a bit of a recluse for the most part, so this was something I'm even surprised at. So these are fun for me. I look forward to them. So I chat with you guys more than I even watch the game, if that makes sense. So, and by the way, the Chiefs are driving right now during all this talk.
Perp is positive, 7-6 this week.
7-6 is good.
Winning week. OG Glock, my heart was racing in the Texans game because I thought that they would cover, but they didn't.
Well, oh no, this is a floater. This is good! Touchdown Chiefs! Right on!
And Apurva, we're from Vancouver, Canada.
Vancouver, Canada, yeah. We're Canadians. Absolutely. So, yeah, Glock, I mean, we try and take as much emotion out of gambling as humanly possible. So,
well, also, one of the big things, Glock, in that Texans game is that anytime you have a favorite that's winning the game, but they're not covering that spread, there's no incentive for them to go score that touchdown or add that field goal.
It's to run the clock out.
Yeah, because they're trying to win the game. They're not trying to cover a spread, despite what someone in our comment section thought the Patriots try to do each week.
Yes. Well, here we go, 14-7. All right, this is reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get a stop on defense, but I'll take a touchdown.
Well, Kelce's playing. You still have Tyreek Hill. You still have a couple excellent running backs that can break plays. And Andy Reid drawing up the plays.
Andy Reid is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's just the one thing is we've had the privilege of watching for.
We've watched him pretty closely.
Yeah, pretty close. He was our
that 2013 Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
8-0, 9-0 start, whatever it was.
Big Ryan and I's first big bet together was Chiefs over in 2013, and I think it was over 7.5, and they won 9 in a row. It was pretty big deal for us at the time. What's the spread for the Chiefs? Are they getting points or giving? They're 5.5-point underdogs. They're currently losing by 7, so they're not covering at the moment. But anything could happen still. I got KC on money line. We're in a bunch of bar pools, Jason. So there's significant value for us if the Chiefs manage to win. Again, it's unlikely, but I mean, I hope it happens. So we're definitely rooting for the Chiefs here. So 14-7. They're not covering, but Green Bay has a ball as well, which is a little bit difficult, but we'll see going forward.
The nice thing is the Chiefs do get the ball to start the half.
Yes, they do. Absolutely.
So if they can somehow get the ball at the end of half, to
start the half, see if they can get points on 2 drives. Even 2 field goals would be nice.
Speechless.
Oh, is that adult diapers? It depends. Yeah, I'm wearing some right now.
I don't know why they needed to show a close-up of that.
Why would they need to show a close-up there? You know my favorite is when they had Tony Siragusa as the spokesman. I'm like, what does that make it?
That's relatable.
When he's so fat that he has to... I guess that's the direction I'm heading in, eh? Yeah. By my enormous girth.
When Joe Thomas starts doing Depends commercials, you're going to be all in.
He lost weight, man.
Yeah,
leave him alone.
Doesn't mean he can't.
It's 200 pounds, pal.
Being fat and having to wear diapers are two different things.
I don't know. Maybe that's my future. I don't know.
There's always a jar for you.
Yeah. Yeah, item. There you go. If they made the field goal, Chiefs would be covering right now. Absolutely. See, Glock, but that's bad thinking. It's not about never do this, never do that. It's what's the best price of each team. That's all it is.
What did the $1 million man Ted DiBiase say?
Everybody's got a price. And every team's got a price.
If you could get the Giants plus 100, you'll take them every time.
There you go. Exactly.
J.J. Watt's out for the season.
Oh, it's out for the season? Really? I thought it was just out for the game. He's out for the season? I can believe it. I mean, this is pretty common for J.J. Watt, but if that's breaking news, I mean...
Torn pec is what they think it is. And if it's true...
That's unfortunate for the Texans.
Over. It doesn't look like they've announced anything yet unless Dylan saw something somewhere that...
confirmed it. He was out for the game. If he's out for the season, that's unfortunate, but we haven't read it yet. No, but he's just giving an example, Glock. Like, there's a price for everything. He said, I would never pick the Giants again, but if the Giants were plus 100 points, you would take them. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a price for everything, right? So, it's unfortunate you're on the wrong side of that, but, I mean, you should be open to betting on or against any team at any juncture. It just depends on what the price is. Don't even think of them as teams. Think of them as numbers, you know what I mean? So, I throw... like unbelievably poorly item. Like it's unreal. Oddly enough, in my backyard football days, very few could take me down. I was too fast and too big. And I would imagine it's not that much different now, but I probably can scramble a little bit better than Rosen or Fitzpatrick, believe it or not. I'm more fleet of foot than you would think. Glock, how do you figure out the price? Very good question. So in handicapping, what you do is if you were to handicap the game, you set up the teams in a power ranking system. You figure out how many wins each team is worth on a neutral field over a season, i.e. the median would be 8 wins. And then you compare that with what the other team is. Then you add in home field advantage, and then you come up with a spread. Then you compare your spread to the spread that's given. And then you calculate who's favored by the point differential. That's how you handicap. But the best way to do it is to is to figure out what the teams that's the easiest way to figure out inflated prices, teams that are doing poorly against teams that are doing well. The teams that are doing well will have an inflated price. So, yeah, I can't go through exactly how to do everything, but that's a good start. So you should buy some books. You should start reading. That's a great way to start. Figure out how other handicappers come up with a price.
Or just watch our show.
Or watch our show. We'll give it away. Yeah.
The fat guy's got hundreds of books in that brain, and he just
I do have hundreds of books in this
little
brain.
bits and pieces of each one.
They do trickle out. That's how it works. And then carry the one. Absolutely, Jason. Oh, yeah.
In this case, the fat guy has to carry 2.
Sack! Yeah, Chiefs! Damian Wilson. Okay, Dylan. I bet on the Chiefs every game they had Teddy Bridgewater except one. So give me some slack there, okay?
The Saints.
That's 4 games. And believe me, you weren't there for the years that I was betting every week on the Saints and losing. Pretty much. He wasn't there for those. And I'd be like, no, I believe in Peyton and Breeze. You weren't there for those.
But he was there last year when we bet against
him every week. Yeah, he was there last year, yeah. Well, you shouldn't feel like it. It's like I said, you have to take the emotion out of it. The fact, if you care too much, it's never going to work.
OG, you should just fade yourself. Whoever you want to bet, just bet.
There you go. Way. Be George Costanza. Bet the opposite. A lot of airtime here. So we got 4th and 17. The Chiefs are getting the ball back, ladies and gentlemen. The ball back for the Chiefs. Let's go Chiefs. Right on, Item. I'm with it. See, it couldn't look any worse. Now it's looking pretty good. This is the toughest stadium to play in the NFL. This really is. Packers defense is overrated. I still think it's really good. I got to be honest.
Bad punt from the Packers.
Short field or shorter field for the Chiefs?
Loki, I listened to you guys and bet on Chiefs when the spread was
8.5. Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. All right. There you go. There you go, Glock. There's a good example. Item got the spread at 8.5. There you go. But don't, Item. We could still win or lose this bet. Don't forget. That's how these things work. There are no locks in this business. For every lock, there is a key. I like that idiom. It works. I hate when people say gold lock. What's your gold lock? 58%?
Even that. Come on. Get real. It's 50-50.
Well, no. Come on. You're someone that actually knows what they're doing.
Someone who actually knows what they're doing aren't giving out gold locks.
Yeah, actually, someone who doesn't know what they're doing isn't saying gold lock. Okay, that's a good argument.
DT says you could take a bet on a team as soon as the spread comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's line shopping, Dylan, because you have to predict which way it's going. Because you're price shopping. It's all you're doing. You're taking your cart to the supermarket and you're seeing what prices are good and what they aren't. Because it has nothing that is really ISM. What's ISM? Nice ISM fight guy. Nice ism. Yeah, absolutely. It is a fat guy ism. Absolutely. Yeah. You're taking your cart to it has really nothing to do with like, oh, I think this team's good, this team's bad. I mean, you can handicap it, but when you do handicap, it's Saints. Hey, here's a good example. This is called middling, Dylan. Before Drew Brees, you could have had Saints at minus 8.5 and Arizona at plus 12.5. And if the Saints win by 9, 10, or 11, you'd win both bets. Yeah, but Glock, that doesn't mean we were right, though. That's the thing. He says the reason why I lost some bets is because I didn't go with your guys' picks and I did my own and they lost. Yeah, but like we're wrong week to week too. Like we're not infallible. We're having a great year, but we have terrible weeks too. That's just the nature of gambling, you know. No, that's another big BS thing that a lot of pick sellers say is, oh, I win every week. That's impossible. You don't. It's a long-term game. It's never week to week. It's how you do at the end of the year. That's why we have we have an overall results page. Is how well you do at the end of the year. That's all that matters. Not how well you do week to week, because there is something called variance, and there's no way around it. Chiefs here, 1st and 10, inside zone run. Oh, it's a fake. Dropped. Oh, brutal drop by Sammy Watkins. What percentage of weeks do you guys hit over 500? I've never broken it down that way. I know our batting percentage is around 56% lifetime. So that's the best way I could put that. I think this year every week we've been over 500 except the first week.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look.
We'd have to go back and look. So
and he says over 500 too, not.
Oh, not even. So then it would be all, but it doesn't matter. It's we're doing well overall, right? So I'm pleased, to put it mildly. Moore's going to get a 3-yard gain. I'm really choked with that Sammy Watkins drop. Jason Finley, Tiger won a tournament. I don't know. I guess that's what they said. I haven't paid attention to golf in some time. There's an injured Packer here. This could be fortuitous for the Chiefs, depending on who it is. This looks like one of their pass rushers. Crowd looking for a flag here. Watch out, the Saints get AJ Green. Yeah, they're going to have to do it by figure it out tomorrow then, if that's what their plan is. Green's been, I think, purposely holding out on his injury. Tiger Woods did win. Was it a major?
It was the Zozo Championship.
Yeah, I don't think that's not a major, but it's still impressive. He beat Matsuyama. Yeah. McIlroy played it, so there's still some competition there. Yeah, Saints could get AJ Green, absolutely. That would help them. They'd be better. I don't know if I'd give up too much for him. We'll have to take a better look at it, Glock. We haven't had a good chance. Rather than go through the lines, we're on stream with you guys at the moment, so you're gonna have to wait for the video. Oh yeah, it'll be tough. Item absolutely, and Dylan.
That if's a huge if, though.
Yeah.
No one's seen him play for probably a year now.
Yeah, and I really think injury. He's purposely not playing for the Bengals too. So hurting me in the wallet in certain areas, but
there's also Josh Gordon who's available for a lot
Josh
cheaper.
Gordon, yeah, Josh Gordon will be available. That is an interesting one. Yeah. I think he's an upgrade on Ted Ginn. How about yourself, Big Rye?
Any of those guys are upgrades on Ted Ginn, but at what price?
At what price? Everybody's got a price.
And I don't know if that's their weakest part of that team.
We release the video every Monday night, at least this season.
Yeah, it'll come out late Monday, early Tuesday, depending where you are.
Yeah.
Monday, usually around 11 p.m. Pacific time or 2 a.m. Eastern time. Tuesday, 2 a.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
Can't wait for those Ravens to expose the Pats. The Ravens are underrated. Well, you're pretty excited about them. I don't know how underrated the Ravens are, but they're definitely more underrated than the Pats are.
Yeah.
I think Eagles have something up their sleeve now that they've won today.
Eagles are a strong team, but they're capable of duds here. They've got 2 strong road wins though, against the Bills and the Packers here. I had them as one of the stronger games.
Wentz looked like his MVP self today, which
he looked pretty good.
He's been pretty inconsistent.
That abandoning of that screen to a run was was really good.
That was a play we really liked. What's going on, Zaps? How you doing tonight?
Yeah, Zaps. How are we doing here? Tomorrow's game is strange.
The market is strange for that game.
The market is very strange.
Yeah, the Steelers are pretty big favorites. They're 14-point favorites, but a lot of the money in that line's been getting bet down actually towards Miami, surprisingly enough.
What a play! What a play! Great job. I think Watkins hurt himself on that, but the blocking was fantastic. Great job, Chiefs. Sorry, guys, I love good blocking. That's a fat guy thing. I like blocking receivers. So I'm such an old school guy when it comes to that. I want to see this play design, though.
They drop into a zone. That was definitely designed.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Darwin Thompson.
So they got Darwin Thompson to come in and make the block. That is just fantastic. I told you, Andy Reid can dazzle, guys. And you don't see like stuff like that from anybody else in the league. Max protection, duck, Hill, boom, first down Chiefs. Nice. Hill, stay out of it, man. Stay out of it. We can't afford the flags, pal. Let's keep it going.
The protection on that play action was excellent.
Unbelievable. Sorry, man. Reed is doing what I said he would do in the video. The guy has a secret warehouse full of unbelievable plays. How did the Bills lose? I mean, they're only 2.5-point favorites. Not that unlikely. We liked the Eagles to win that game. We really did. So
you did. I thought the Bills would win, but
I thought the Eagles would win. It was one of my favorite bets of the week. So like I said, Glock, it's sports. Two teams play, anybody can win. Steelers are heavily favored tomorrow, but there's still a 11% chance the Steelers could lose tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. 11% Miami will win.
These cutouts of Tyreek Hill and Gale Sayers are pretty funny.
Yeah. Why don't they get Gale Sayers now? Just send him over there.
Much appreciated, Eddie. That's really nice.
Thank you, Eddie. I'm glad you're a fan. Oh, we got a good one here. Hardman touchdown. Yes. Yes. Right on, Chiefs. All right, I'm in on that one. All right.
Right as Apurva got back and got Green Bay minus 5.5 at minus 115.
So who did?
Apurva.
Oh, where I didn't see the message.
We're a little behind here. Apurva got Green Bay minus 5.5 at minus 115. Jason Finley says bad weather and Eagles at OG Glock. Haha.
Ah.
Eddie, send us some loves. Zaps, TD Chiefs. Wow.
Yeah.
TD Kansas City. Let's go Chiefs. Tyreek Hill is playing on 1.5 times speed. I think after the Pats' performance overall, they will be favorites playing Baltimore even on the road. Chiefs, touchdown, fat guy. Thanks for winning me, money, fat guy.
Well, hey, this game's not over, man. I'm just pleased with the bounce back. Hey, this is why I hate that. This is one game. It's one selection, right? And I wasn't even that, it was my bet of the week, but it's still not over, right? It's a tie game. Yeah, Chiefs are covering, but anything can happen. They could get blown out. So just look at our long-term record, not our short-term. That's all I got to all I got to say.
This next drive is actually very, very important because if Green Bay they need to sustain this drive pretty much to the end of half or they're going to lose a possession. And Kansas City will have the next two possessions if they end up getting one before half. So the Packers pretty much have to eat up this clock.
And get some points out of it too. At least a field goal.
Because if there's one thing, the last 2 minutes of either one of these halves is a huge advantage to Green Bay. From a coaching perspective and from a player perspective.
If the Chiefs get the ball with 3 minutes left and are able to even get a field goal, they get the ball back again in the second half. And I'm telling you, man, Reed has got some serious chops. Yeah. No, what? Am I going to throw out all my Cleveland gear? Thousands of dollars of Cleveland gear because they lost? They lost. They lose all the time. I got this hat when they didn't win a game. That's how long I've had it. This is one of many.
And ITYM, the biggest thing is, yes, take our advice, but take our advice for everything. You have to be, your betting
You're all in on it all.
Have to be small. Your betting units have to be 1% of your bankroll. So,
yeah.
So small bets.
If you have 1,000, it's only $10, unfortunately.
Yeah. So really think about how much you're willing to put into a bankroll, and then from there.
And then be consistent.
Yeah, be risk averse.
We want you to win in the long run. We hate the book getting money. We hate it. Play action. Rodgers.
Huge block by Jamal Williams.
Oh!
And it's dropped.
Oh! Why? So annoying.
Bashad Breeland with the drop.
Oh, he had to lower my levels. I was yelling in the mic.
Yeah, there's no help in your levels.
No, my levels are horrible. Just loud.
Every play, you have to yell like you're having an orgasm into the microphone.
I really want the Chiefs to win this game. I'm allowed to have a visceral reaction.
Yeah, you are. You're also going to kill everybody's ears.
They like it. They like it. I'm getting a lot of love in the comments section, all right? And also, Glock, I'm historically known for having apparel from the worst teams in all sports. That's what I like. Because I end up usually betting on the worst teams, to be honest. That's how it works.
That's why we like them.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's why we don't like the Browns right now.
We don't like the Browns right now. They have too much hype.
And even when you do bet them, it's...
it's painful. Today. 2nd and 10. Oh, that interception almost happened. Quick hitter. This is going to be a good one. He's going to get a horrible spot.
What's going on, David?
David Quirk, go Chiefs. I agree.
Welcome to the chat.
Here we go. 3rd and short. Big down here. Big down. Biggest down of the game. There you go. There you go, item. But again, that's only 1 week. Chiefs get the first down with an Aaron Jones completion. Or Jamal Williams, rather. You do what works for you, item, though. That's just what we think. That's how we bet, how we gamble. Yeah, we're pretty safe. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Casey does need a stop. First and 10. That interception would have been huge.
Dylan asks how the Chiefs' run defense is doing. They're doing all right.
I think they're. Yeah, there you go, item. Exactly. The variance is low. Everything. That's why, over the season we've had a very since we've been on YouTube, we haven't had a losing year. So we will stand by that, and our average is well above. So we'll definitely stand by that.
You probably don't want to take every single game, but
not every game. And I'm starting to tell more of the games I like more than others. Bankroll is the most important thing, more than the picks. If you hit 70% of your bets, but you bet more and more each week, you're eventually going to lose everything. Just how it works.
Exactly what OG said. Bankroll matters.
Here we go here. All right, so it's another 3rd down. Let's see if the Chiefs can get a stop. That's the one thing Reed had really put resources in as a coach GM is on defense, because he knows he can handle the offense. He can make the offense work. But can he make stops? And this is another thing. Another 3rd down. 3rd and 3. Can we get it? They probably have to make 2 stops, because this could be 4-down territory for these Packers. Pass rush. Pass incomplete. 4th and 3. We're going to see. These blitzes have done great.
Dylan asked a good question here. Do some people bet money on both teams to keep it safe, but hopefully make cash? If you can shop.
If you can, there is a way where you can win. You can get a 100% chance of a small win. There is a chance there is ways to do that, Dylan. They're so rare though. Their advantage players really shop for those, and even when they're available, they're open for a really small window in time. If you see them where you can bet on both sides and win, then you do it. There are times when Sometimes when books, like small-time bookies, take big bets, they'll lay them off to another book, and they'll pocket a small percentage. That does happen too. And there are also things where you do a middling play. But what I am going to say is this stuff is really rare. And if you generally just bet on both sides, why do it? You're just paying juice twice. So it's a guaranteed loss, generally speaking. But there are instances where you can make money. So here we go. Chiefs got the ball. This is awesome. Just no turnover. That's all I ask for. All I ask for. Excellent. We will take that. That's a positive play right there. Chiefs started off with a run to LaShawn McCoy, who makes me nervous a little bit betting on the Chiefs because of the way he handles the ball. But aside from one big fumble, yeah, Jason Finley. It's like finding a unicorn, Dylan. He's absolutely right. It does happen, but the window closes instantaneously almost, and you got to be really looking for it. And you have to have a lot of books at your disposal. So it's pretty tough for you being American, Dylan. Kelce moving the chains. This is nice job, Chiefs. Chiefs offense is doing a fantastic job. Yeah, I bet you do. Injury timeout for the Packers. I gotta bleed the lizard. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Wow, you just hit that Wusu pressure point. Yeah, the game's tied at 14. The Chiefs are driving, and they're going to get the ball to start the half. So it's looking good for the Chiefs right now. That unicorn mascot. It's all about that unicorn mascot. Preston Smith is down, hurt. It looks like he's going to be okay, but he's going to have to come off for at least one play. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left in the second quarter. And just remember, guys, this second quarter is brought to you by Hooters, the restaurant.
It really interesting at Vono. It's been quite good. They dropped an interception too. The Chiefs has been all Chiefs lately. Oh, another drop.
The play calling has been really good from the Chiefs.
The play calling's been good, yeah.
And they've been executing these plays. Matt Moore's had a lot of time to make his throws. The protection's been good.
There's been 2 drops though now. One just now, and then Sammy Watkins had a really bad drop too. But the play design has been really interesting. I'd mentioned that in the video that I was hoping that Andy Reid would pull out some of his best plays, and then we've seen them.
Yeah, if I ever need a glass of milk,
yeah,
I know where
you'll
to go.
know just where to get it. What a catch. Great job. Please don't be a hold.
It was interesting there because Matt Moore actually had to take a step back and throw off his back foot. I was a little bit worried about that throw, but Tyreek Hill was able to make an excellent adjustment and make that catch.
Yes!
And his flag is on the defense, so the play's going to stand. So Chiefs are at midfield.
Chiefs are driving, and they're getting the ball in the second half. This is nice.
Tyreek Hill running the question route.
That was illegal contact. He is just great. And I don't think Mike Pettin is ready for this Tyreek Hill type of game breaker style.
Well, they're one of the hardest teams to blitz on because if they hit you with a screen, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
And here we go
and
with McCole
look
Hardman.
at the speed on these guys, man. Hardman, Hill. Even Watkins is pretty fast top end.
I can't tell if OG Glock is serious or if he's punking us with how much he loves the Sunday Night Football theme.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of his comments are on the nose. Do you think the Chiefs will
are
play the Pats
driving.
Conference Championship? It's hard to say. Everyone has a chance of doing something. You know what I mean? Like, the Saints aren't 100% to win the Super Bowl. It's just not realistic. The Saints are probably, 18% to win the Super Bowl? Is that about right? What would you say? I haven't looked at the odds.
Lower?
Yeah. You say 13?
Probably 10.
I think it's a little better than 10 to 1. I'd say 14, 15. That seems about right. So, I mean, everyone has a chance of doing it. I mean, yeah, the Ravens are a nice-looking team. San Francisco themselves. Seahawks, don't forget it, but Seahawks have Russell Wilson. That's enough.
Dylan's handicapped it at 100%, so everyone can go home. We can all stop watching. The Saints are going to win the Super Bowl.
Zit Vono, 538 has him as 18% exactly. Hey, I told you, my fat brain, it gets it right. But that's 538's opinion, though.
I disagree, but
yeah,
that's
exactly.
Fine. 18% is high for any team right now.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable, though. The Saints are strong enough where that's a high plausibility. They have a good chance of home field too, right? And a bye. Yeah, absolutely, Jason. It's a week-to-week prize giveaway, so absolutely. There's guys that miss weeks too and come back. We give out a T-shirt, and it's just it's more bragging rights, a T-shirt. Oh, yeah. Technically, it's not but it's a computer model based on something. But yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
The problem, the thing with it's Zit, because we go through the same thing. That model is only as good as the information that gets put into it, and the information that's getting put into it is a human who's decided to create this model. So it's someone's opinion somewhere. But 18%, there's nothing wrong with that estimation. I'm obviously lower.
I'm more on board with that. I got to be honest. I'm more on board with that. Dylan Toddfield, 30% considering the home field. Well, now you came down from 100 because first you were willing to bet me $1,000 at even money, and I said if I could engineer that, then I definitely would take you up on that. But 30%, now you're being more. So now what you're saying, see here, now we're talking about prices. So what Dylan Toddfield needs is saying that it's break even for him to bet on the Saints at 7-3. I want you to be realistic because we're talking about prices. We're talking about gambling. Nothing's 100%. So that means if you're getting 3-1 or better, then you should be taking that.
I'm so used to people saying that all our picks are garbage. Now that everyone's starting to think about taking our picks, I feel like we even need to be faded.
Great play by Matt Moore. Great play grounding that. Excellent job. Yeah, I almost feel like people should start fading us soon.
Yeah, like I feel like
the way things are running. Yeah,
I still think we should do one of those opposite videos.
I can't sign off on it necessarily, but you might be right. Look at the speed of these guys, man. That could have been, if he didn't grab him, that could have been to the house.
It's a screen by McCole Hardman. They're showing the replay.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised by how much LaShawn McCoy's been playing. I know that's going to sound ridiculous to most people that are watching, but I'm just surprised that he's the one getting snaps over everybody else.
McCoy? Yeah, I would agree too.
That probably speaks more to Damian Williams' health than anything.
It seems garbage because Fat Guy loves underdogs and snacking on those points. Hey, of course I do. Here we go. So 1st and 10, Chiefs in the red zone.
Yeah, OG Glock, we would never make our picks opposite, but we might hype up all the teams that we're not picking. And then
another quick one to McCoy, who for the first time puts two hands on the ball when going into a tackle. Yeah. Zit Vono just nailed it. That's that math there. That's a simple way of doing it, but it's the best way of explaining it. That's how I would write it out. Yeah, what Zivono wrote is exactly how it works.
And that's what it would be if it was home field advantage for 3 games.
3 games.
And they're playing 3 teams of equal strength. 21% is the chance you have.
And there's no guarantee.
Super Bowl.
Exactly what he wrote. That's exactly what he wrote is completely right.
And then Super Bowl for 31 of the teams is a neutral field, so you can bump one of those down to 50.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So 60, 60, 50, right?
Yeah.
So.
Which is.
No, we're going to do the standard video, Glock. It'll be the standard video.
Which is what 538 has.
Here we go. 2nd and 5. Oh, tip ball. We're going to get a 3rd and 5 situation. It's around 56 item. 56, around there. So maybe a little higher, but I don't have it in front of me. So, even like I said, the best bets of the year are 59%. Like, that just really is it. So, there hasn't been a home run bet this year either. So, I like the Chiefs this week. That was the bet of the week, but it's not insanely better than other ones, in my opinion. And the Chiefs haven't covered either, though. That's another. Throws it away. I'm okay with that. Let's get a field goal. It would be nice if they had that other field goal that they missed.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you make these negative bets, Dylan? Don't forget. The Patriots are probably 54% to win that game, man. 53. You know, you sure like gambling with a lot of stuff. You have a video with 1,150 likes. That's pretty good. Field goal. We'll take it, Chiefs. We will take it. 17-13 underdogs.
17-14. Chiefs are up 3 points.
Okay, here's a good question, Dylan. I love this. Zit Vonal, that's some of my favorite situations. Yeah, the Patriots didn't cover against the Bills. Absolutely. They didn't cover against the Jets the first time either. There's some late cover magic. I had a question for you, Dylan. Okay, Saints, they're 7-point favorites on the road in Baltimore. Who do you take?
Jason Finley had Jacksonville as bet of the week, and that was a big reverse line move, and I think the line started at 4.5 for Jacksonville and moved up to 7 at kickoff, and the bets were still 50-50.
Yeah, we liked in the video we liked the Jags on that line. Yeah, no, this has been a good week for everyone. I feel like our people are starting to follow us on a bit of the style, taking some of the underdogs, and that's kind of working this year. Like, the sample's not super large, but I feel like that advice is kind of being heeded. The interesting thing is when there's a bad week, I'd like to see how elastic that is.
Yeah. What's going on, Noah Anderson? Welcome to the chat. Everyone is doing good in their pools today.
So by that logic then, Dylan, so if the line was 7.5, then you would take the Ravens then. I gotcha. That was the point I was trying to get to. Baltimore would be the favorite at home, I believe, or it'd be a pick'em. Okay, good. There you go. That's all I wanted. Everybody's got a price. Ted DiBiase. 7.5. That's your price. Your price is 7.5. Excellent. There you go. That's how you should be thinking, and I like that. Yeah, 7.5 on the. To me, it's insane. I would take 7 all day, every day, for good amounts. You're not going to find a line at 7. Although, oddly enough, though, when you bet with humans, like probably you have buddies that bet, they probably don't understand the price shopping, and I end up being in at least in my group of friends, a lot of smoke gets blown about teams, and I end up having to take garbage teams with huge spreads, and it usually works out for me. You know, Jets, worst team I've ever seen. All right, I'll take the Jets. Well, I'm not gonna take them straight up. Give me a number. and then I end up taking him and I do quite well. Big Rye bets, yes. Big Rye bets. He certainly does. I'm very high on those Ravens. Yeah, I know they're your second favorite team right now.
Yeah, no, I've been betting for the last week specifically. I've been betting NBA, NHL, MMA, college football, and NFL.
Well, there's a percentage, though, Dylan. That's what we've been getting at. Do I think they're going to? No. Is there a percentage? Absolutely. They were underdogs against the Bears, and they won. Yeah, not huge underdogs, but there was, 41%?
35% chance to win that game.
It was 35? Was that low?
Mm-hmm.
Hell.
Yeah, they were 4-point underdogs in that game.
My NBA team is the Mavericks. Are you from Louisiana, Dylan? Yeah, plus 7.5. Yeah, sorry, Item. I was very confused. I was like, well, give me the Cowboys at plus 7.5 if that's what it is.
I haven't watched the Mavericks play yet, but those the two European guys they have should be exciting.
So, do you guys do the same contrarian approach for other sports? Absolutely. Big Rye's been dabbling with it personally, and it's gone quite well. If you could highlight that, Big Rye.
Yeah, for sure. I've been for each sport, you look at what's the most bet thing. So, like for hockey and for baseball, you want to bet money lines, whereas for football and basketball, you want to bet spreads. College football as well, you want to bet spreads. And I've been looking for teams that are getting less than 40% of the bets, as well as having reverse line movements. So less people are betting them, but there's more money coming in on that team, and I've just been following those market plays. The best part is you don't even need to watch any of the games or know anything about any of the players. I've never watched a full college football game in my life, but...
Wait, Middle Tennessee the other day. Oh, yeah, you didn't even watch it all, and I fell asleep during it.
Yeah. We watched the second quarter and they were down and they somehow scored like 30 plus points almost unanswered in the second half to win. But that's just result based stuff. It's going well so far.
It's just going well so far. There's been Big Rye's been keeping data on a lot of stuff for many years, and we're finally dabbling, and we're going to try and make this a year round thing. So I don't know how feasible it is, but
I might start putting out daily videos. It's just about me figuring out a way to streamline it for you guys. It's tough because they're market plays, you kind of want to see what the market is up to the last moment. So even if I put out a video in the morning, so much can change from when I put out the video to when it starts. So
Browns versus Broncos. I don't want to highlight too much, Glock, because we got a video to go out. I want to save a little magic for it, and we haven't taken a good enough look at it, so I can't give you... I want to look at the market before I give out an opinion. I could give out a handicapping opinion, but that would be off the cuff, if anything. By the way, the Chiefs going in at 17-14 with a 17-14 lead into halftime. This is nice. Nice start.
We can see what the second half line will be.
What is the second half line now? Chiefs minus 2.5? Here's a good question. Zitvono, do some sports have bigger line movements than others? You've been following basketball a lot more than I ever have. So,
do some sports leagues have bigger line movements than others?
I think college does.
It's game to game dependent. Like and like the line moving in basketball compared to football is going to mean two different things, because like a 7-point favorite in basketball is a much bigger favorite than a 7-point favorite in the NFL.
A Perva, yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. You're in tough right now, but I mean, the Chiefs were in tough to start the game. Anything can happen. Well, I'm actually a Chiefs fan, but I overestimated the dependency on Mahomes. Yeah, perhaps, but you got to remember, like, this is just one instance. Any number of possibilities could have happened. I just argued when you spoke of Mahomes that I said it's an anchoring problem where you anchor onto a piece of information that suits the way that you lean on a game, rather than just looking at the price and making a conscientious decision. Rather than thinking of them as team A, team B, you think about what personal attachment you have to, like preference, more or less, right? So it's an anchoring problem, I would say.
Dylan, from an emotional standpoint, does Emmanuel Sanders greatly affect the Niners offense? Yes, I think he's the best receiver they have, but from a gambling standpoint, it makes almost no difference.
Almost no difference, yeah. Ten, 9, 8, 7 Sixers. I like that. Are they good?
Yes, 76ers are really good.
Well, they were always building, but I was always wondering when that was going to come to fruition.
Yeah, well, they have two excellent young players.
Simmons and
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid, all right.
When you think about it, they were good before Mahomes. They're just a good team.
Well,
they're a well-coached team.
They're a well-coached team. That we like that kind of stuff. And
especially on offense.
And why I like getting on them is because Mahomes is players that have a lot of like highlight reel capability become very public. They become guys with highlight reels become very public, and they're usually inflated. That's why we loved our favorite quarterback, believe it or not, was Alex Smith, me and Big Rye, because Alex Smith got great prices to bet on. He was never given the credit he was as far as his ability not only to cover as an underdog, but to win as a favorite. We loved betting on Alex Smith, and we did out of probably the highest frequency of any quarterback, Big Rye, I would say. Zitvono, I think an important thing to remember is whenever there's a great quarterback, there's usually a great offensive line. I would completely agree. Russell Wilson is an exception to that, I would say, during some of those tough years. Luck had bad lines, but they didn't necessarily cover a lot. And then I could also argue probably Mahomes. This O-line is good, not great. But, I mean, that's very nitpicky. It's generally true. Brady has been some of the best offensive line coaching and personnel Brady has had the luxury of having. Maybe not this year, but they're able to, through deception, keep the protections at a plausible strength. What has happened to KC defense all of a sudden? Last game they were brilliant, but KC defense sucked for the first 6 games. Yeah, well, the Chiefs defense is... Well, they're actually... This could be a Ewing theory thing, too. Chiefs defense's 2 best players aren't playing. Chris Jones and, I guess, Frank Clark. And they're getting it done. This is also they're using exotic blitz packages. There's a big thing, Perva, is like the way the Chiefs are playing is they could get blown out playing this game. They're running risky plays, but Reed knows that their team isn't in autopilot right now. They don't have Mahomes to rely on, so they have to take more chances. And this is what comes down to good coaching, is he understands that, okay, my team isn't as strong as it could be. I'm an underdog in this game. Therefore, I should use a more risky approach to winning this game. And I would say that they do. And they've also revealed the strongest parts of their playbook. I don't know. Was that too long-winded, or does that make sense?
I think it's fine. I don't think there has to be any logic behind why Kansas City's defense is all of a sudden playing really well
absolutely.
Compared to before. I think trying to make logic out of anything, like the psychology behind 15 players and a coaching staff and all that stuff, I just sometimes there's just no good logical reason as to why.
The spread Glock, the early spread is 7.5. By the way, on the Niners Cardinals game, so that's a game I kind of like.
Yeah, I thought that line would be 4.5, and it's actually 7.5.
I nailed it right on the head.
You did nail it right on the head. 538 has it as 8, so there's even slightly value taking 7.5 right now using 538's logic
metric. But I don't know if that's enough. The gap between 7.5 and 8.
Actually, sorry, it isn't. They're actually on San Fran.
Yeah.
DT says Chiefs up 3 and at home at the half. The spread looks promising.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it.
The second half line is Green Bay -3, so pretty much the money line is even at the moment.
Yeah.
And actually, there's been more people have bet the Packers -3 second half, but there's been more money coming in on the Chiefs +3.
What does that mean?
That means that this is a good play for the Chiefs.
Pros are on the Chiefs, is what you're saying.
The pros are on the Chiefs, but this is a very, very small market compared to most
absolutely.
of the stuff we look at.
More than likely, the pros. Could be a whale. You never know.
Yeah, the Cardinals look like an excellent
we like
play.
The Cardinals. We'll spoil this one. Yeah.
Because that one's good enough where you should jump on it now. Unless you think that line's going to go up any further. The fat guy and I were talking about it earlier. It's one that him and I don't want to risk coming down to 7 because 7 is just such a key number.
Don't forget too, because the line moving from 7.5, the line moving from 7.5 to 8, it doesn't help you very much. If the line moves from 7.5 to 7, then 7's a no bet for me. By the way, I don't want to take the game at Arizona plus 7 as a bet. In the contest, I'll take them Arizona plus 7, but 7.5 I like Arizona. And then you're going to ask me, what's the difference between 7.5 and 7? I don't have the win probability numbers in front of me, but it's very significant. Because think about it, winning by a touchdown is so reasonable, and 7.5 he's going to bring it up the win probabilities. I might have it in the book right here.
They don't have it in any of those books.
You sure?
Yeah.
You have it in that Google sheet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. Well, any team can cover any spread, as we've mentioned before. It's a nice comeback here. Where do you get the win probabilities? I'm pretty sure. Hey, Jamie, how's it going? Good half, Jamie. Interesting half.
That's something that we've kind of done research on and just pooled it together and done our own.
It had to have came from a book at some point, but
no, never. It's stuff that we've done on our own.
Did we do it from like the big data sheet?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we made this one.
And it's something that I've continually updated as we get more and more data.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, right, because we must have started. I like how I don't remember this part. Well, this is mostly you then taking my shitty information and making it good. You're like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big Rye's going to bring it up. Yeah, Glock, that happens every week. You're not 100% here.
Well, the difference between the two is just about 1%. 74.44 to 73.48.
I thought that was way bigger. I thought it was like 6.
No, it's bigger from 2.5 to 3 is the biggest.
Yeah, 2.5 to 3. Yeah. No one will cover against the Saints. Come on, Dylan. Dylan, come on.
It's a much bigger difference to fall from 6.5 to 7, which is 2.26%.
Big Rye's just a nickname. It's kind of a joke because he's not very big at all. So he's a little person. He could be in a carnival, that kind of thing.
The difference between 7 to 7.5 isn't that big. It's only 1, but the difference between 6.5 to 6 and 6 to 5.5 is a lot bigger. But the biggest is obviously from 2 to 2.5 and 2.5 to 3.
Yeah, 2.5 to 3 is big.
But the further away you get from 0, the smaller the jump gets. As far as the key numbers like 3 and 6 and 7 and 9 and 14.
There's 53 players on the Saints, 45 active on game day. One of them may be Drew Brees. There's a lot that goes into it. So, over 55 in-game thoughts. I've never been good at over-unders, and I don't have data to back it up one way or another, so I can't say. Yeah, everyone's pushing me for it, eh? So,
what, the over-unders?
Yeah, well, just in general. Yeah.
The over-under for the second half is 24.5, and people are heavily betting the under. So I don't know. What's the score right now?
It's 17-14. Total is at 31. So 55.5, that's 24.5 points. That seems like a lot to me from a gut perspective. And I feel like there's always usually adjustments. Turnovers, I'm worried about the Chiefs turning the ball over. That's what I'm worried about. over-unders are boring to bet on. I don't know. I guess. I mean,
anything to bet on is exciting.
Yeah. Action's action. I think that's an Archie Karras thing. Maybe Nick the Greek, regardless.
In game, I'd be betting the under, but there's nothing to say whether we're good or bad.
That would just be a gut play. This would be good for us if the Chiefs win this outright. Be very good.
Well, according to the lines makers, it's probably about 52% for the Chiefs to win right now.
Which is nice.
It is good.
I'll take a coin flip when it was started at a 5.5 point dog. It's a nice makeup in win probability.
Dylan Toffield, the only person that could do it better would be Chad Pennington. ITM.
Yeah,
ITYM,
he's actually probably right
to bet on. Ha ha ha. Like, oh no, I hope both teams stop scoring. Yeah, well, it's boring. It's shitty to cheer for teams not to score.
Yeah,
people like scoring.
Fellas, KC +6 in the big house. I love it. I love it, Jamie.
My bookie had the Saints give 12 points to the Cardinals, so that's why I picked the Cardinals, and the Saints covered that spread. Yeah, that's rough.
I feel like there's inflated lines in the big house. Man, I wish that. Okay, maybe I don't wish that. I'd like to make book with some of the people in there for commissary items.
Yeah, Jason's got Kansas City on the money line, so he's
let's go
positive EV right now. We'll see this. If they can put up points here, it'll be really nice.
Ooh, they're dangerous on special teams, eh?
Yeah, always are. They have
forever, man. Since Dexter McCluster. I like D'Anthony Thomas might be the worst one they have.
Yeah, which is saying something.
Criminals are not known for good judgment. Yeah, fair. Damn, KC and moneyline is ballsy. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, there you go. You know what? It's actually maybe better taking the money line than the spread because Reed has definitely shown that he is going for the win. He's not trying to keep it close. He's trying to win this game. So, you take a couple things out. This could have been a Chiefs blowout, but you could say the same thing the other way. This is a nice carry to start the second half by McCoy. I just so worried about McCoy's ball security. I got to be honest.
I think that was the best inside run I've ever seen from McCoy.
Yeah. 2nd and 1. To get the first down, the Chiefs. So this is nice.
Yeah, the Cardinals had to settle for field goals, which is always tough for covers. That was
what an adjustment by Kelce. They just showed Kelce's touchdown pass, and I gotta give them credit because Matt Moore threw the ball into an empty area with a ton of arc. That was a cerebral play that I didn't know Matt Moore was capable of, and great adjustment by Kelce. Wow.
Well, a lot of that's play design because that play was designed to make sure there wasn't someone over there on that side of the field, and that's why Kelce had so much time and space.
That must have been put in as an option.
Yeah.
I don't even need to comment. I'll just let that speak for itself. That was fantastic.
OG Glock, I'm going to use one of Fat Guy's line. You have to think if that game was played a million times, how many times are the Saints going to win by 22 points or whatever they won by?
Yeah. What percentage of the time?
DT will tell you it's every time.
Yes. It's there's a little bit of bias there, though. I got to be real. McCoy's doing a great job. I got to be honest. I can't stand how he holds onto the ball. Probably as a person, I don't imagine that we would be very good friends, but right now I'm liking it.
DT says absolutely every time.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So just take a little bit less than that. Big nut sluts. I haven't heard that one before. That one, I might be using that.
it also would have been a cover if they had touchdowns instead of field goals. But
is it normal for bad teams to improve results later in the season? I notice Dolphins aren't getting blown out anymore. I would, at a glance, I would say that I think that's true.
Well, a big thing for the Dolphins is 25% of their roster wasn't even on the team until the last week of the preseason. So think about it. Like, they're still, like, right now, they're at a point where
they couldn't get procedure right.
Stuff.
Well, neither can the Browns now.
So they're starting to become a team now. Not a very good one, but they've also gotten rid of a couple bad apples, guys that didn't want to play there.
And don't forget, too, man, losing teams, you're still auditioning for other teams with your play is your resume. You know what I mean? So, like, guys don't like losing. I can promise you that.
The scary thing is that the pros have been on the Dolphins now, like, 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
So Jair Alexander able to break up this wheel route to Darwin Thompson for a loss here. It's second down for the Chiefs, who I believe are around midfield.
Jason said you got to try the Reese's peanut butter. This Sandy is banging.
I thought that was pretty good. Big nuts, Lutz. I'll be using that at some juncture. I don't know when, but 2nd and 12 at around midfield.
That's better than his other nickname, the Kulutz Clan.
All right, we're going to have 3rd and 8, it looks like. 3rd and 7 for the Chiefs. They've been pretty good at converting. I wouldn't be surprised if they go consecutive downs.
Also, I thought that teams that are really bad have more opportunity to learn from their mistakes. And OG said, watching Miami is boring. I could eat a whole jar of peanut butter the whole game, and there would be only 7 points scored.
It's a lot of calories
against a good defensive team.
3rd and 7 here. This is going to be a sack for the Packers. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world.
Good stop for the Packers. They're going to
force
a
Moore
punt
seems
here.
Angry about a hands to the face, it looks like. But
Green Bay did well there, though. They collapsed that pocket, and Moore had no chance but to go backwards. And a lot of that was Zadarius.
Zadarius Smith has been really good.
He beat the left guard and was able to push the left tackle back, and it just collapsed the entire pocket on Moore.
Good punt by the Chiefs. This is going to be fair caught out of the 11, it looks like, by Darius Shepard. So let's see if we can stop A-Rod. That would be really nice here. Dylan, well, I like the parody of the NFL. I think I don't know if that's necessarily true either. I really believe that any team can beat any team. I really believe that in some small windows that Miami could beat New England. I really believe that. I believe in the possibilities and probabilities. So I don't know if I'm wording that how I'd like to, but. Ooh, a Kit Kat.
The third quarter is brought to you by Kit Kat bars.
Yeah, I might have to agree with a perv on that one.
I don't like how in the NFL the good teams get better and the bad teams get worse. Good players on bad teams leave to go to good teams. I did take your advice and I had a jerk session. It was really fast. Apuvra I don't like how in the NFL the good teams get better and the bad teams get worse. Good players on bad teams leave to go to good teams. This is not true at all. See the 49ers. How were they last year and how are they this year? It's true. Broncos have to give up Emmanuel Sanders because Flacco isn't going to do anything with him. Jason asked if these are frozen. Unfortunately, these Kit Kats are not frozen. There probably are better frozen, but there's no way either of us are going to wait till they freeze.
No. Only better after post-nut clarity. I like that. That's another good line.
Say that again.
That's good, right?
I guess November is going to be pretty tough. No Nut November.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if they were screwed. I think there is good parity, and you are able to go from one to another.
It kind of all came together for San Fran so far.
Yeah. Everyone's ripping on that comment. He's trying to look like he's doing his best Gary Ridgway. Because that's the new nickname for Big Rise, Gary Ridgway, the serial killer. And I'm apparently Ed Kemper. So I guess we're doing Serial Killer October. It's near Halloween, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Big Rye purposely shaved a mustache to look like Gary Ridgway as a joke.
That's better than the other guy I got, huh?
It's Mick Blue.
Oh, I always thought it was Mickey Blue Eyes.
I wouldn't put some of those images on there.
Why? These are fine.
Oh, I thought something else would happen. That was the other one.
I look like this guy, too.
I don't think you look like that guy.
Who's the serial killer you look like?
Ed Kemper. Was he gay? I mean, all right.
Google just auto-suggested that.
Yeah. It's not that close. Maybe a little bit. I can't believe he's taller than me. He's 6'9", man. That's a big serial killer. Anyways, enough creeping out our audience.
It's just like with AB to the Pats. Of course, he chooses to go to the Pats. That's why I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, I mean but don't forget too. Then the smaller, because of the salary cap, the smaller markets are able to overpay, like pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they can. Like Darrelle Revis played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, Mercedes Lewis with a nice catch. Extending the drive at first intent. Bakhtiari is hurt. This is a big deal. Aside from Rodgers, this is the biggest injury on the offense. David Bakhtiari is hurt. So they have a replacement at left tackle. You're going to see some blitzing on that side. 1st and 10 from the Chiefs 43. Predictably a run with a big hit by looks like Reggie Ragland, and it is.
So an interesting thing on that play is Light is a left tackle. He was late getting there, and Ragland was just able to lay the boom for either a loss of yards or no gain.
Big hit, man. Woo!
He had to go airborne after, is that Hitchens, number 53?
I believe so. 2nd and 10. That looked like a loss to me, man. 2nd and 10. Let's get it done, Chiefs, on D. Rodgers airing it out. No flag, no flag, no flag, no flag. I was worried about that one. There's a Valdez-Scantling bomb. 3rd and 10 here. If we can get it done, Chiefs, for no gain, this is a big deal. Scantling looking What a great play. Oh, there's a bit of an Eddie Murphy joke here. Short completion to Graham. See if we can stop. Man. Oh, what are you doing, 56? You attacked the ball, man. Who's that, Ben Garland? Jeez. That was so easy. Oh, that's annoying. Attack the ball, man. If you miss, you know there's 3 guys behind you, but you at least stop the first down. Jeez. Oh, that's just so annoying.
The thing that's been killing the fat guy and I today is watching defenders take poor angles. Or not being downfield with their plays.
What a run. What a run by Aaron Jones.
Jamal Williams with that carry. Up.
My bad. Yeah, that's exactly what we do, Item. That's why I just kept saying no flag. I just assume the defense gets screwed every play. This is a nice run, though. They should be expecting more runs. Oh, Bakhtiari's back in the game. That hurts the Chiefs again. See if we can't get a stop here, though. Get the ball out, boys. Jones with a run that's 2 runs in a row for the Pack. Thanks, pal. Turnover. Even if they give him a field goal, that's fine. If they give him a touchdown, it's fine too. But I just prefer it. I mean, we want to cover, right? And for you, I want to win. A win's good for me. We're in some bunch of bar pools, so. Another first down, just churning for the Packers. Geronimo Allison. There's plenty more flags called this year statistically than any other season. I don't have the data on that, but that makes sense to me. That's really all I can remember watching a lot of these games. I get really annoyed at how the defense gets treated. They make it so that I guess it's more palatable for people to watch offensive games. I like strong defense. It's just what I like. I like a 10-7 game is an exciting game to me, believe it or not. If the defense, one of my favorite games I've ever seen was. I believe it was a Monday or a Thursday night. I'm pretty sure a Monday nighter. Jacksonville and Baltimore. And Jacksonville were underdogs, and I'd bet on them. And the corners had to play press man with no safety help the entire game, and they were up to the task. And I think the game was like 10-7 Jags or something. And it was thoroughly enjoyable for me. Not boring. I was watching those battles. Has there been a 2-0 game? I think that'd be scoreagami. I'm going to say no. There's been 3-0 games and 6-3s and stuff. There's been an 11-10 game. I know that much. Chargers Steelers, I believe, 2009. Could be mistaken. I get years wrong very easily. I have no sense of direction or time. I don't know how that happened. First and goal for the Packers, unfortunately, at this moment. 3:48 though in the third, so there's still time. I think Matt Moore has been played pretty well, and I actually have, dare I say it, confidence in Matt Moore's ability at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
There's a safety today, I think. Panthers got it on the...
on Jimmy G and the 49ers.
Yeah, on the 49ers, yeah.
It looks like Green Bay didn't get this playoff in time.
Yeah, there we go. That's good. I almost though. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is it Alvin Kamara is more scary? Taysom Hill. Okay. I got to be honest. I'll probably take Aaron Jones over Taysom Hill. It's personally for me.
I'm not that scared of either one of those guys.
Ron Jeremy you'd like, I think.
It's been a while since he's done the same work that I do. Oh.
That was reasonable. Second and goal here. We're all a little quiet now. Hoping for the Chiefs.
OG Clock took a big fat shit today with the bathroom door wide open watching the Giants game, just stinking up the Giants. That's how I felt about that game.
All right. That was worth reading.
It was worth reading. It's good for my...
your diction.
Thank you.
I like how that's really ironic. That's good for your diction. I'm finding the word that you should be able to find by reading more. Anyways.
It's a double joke.
It was a double joke. High level right there.
Meta.
That was meta. We're in third and goal here. Can we do it, Chiefs? Come on, guys. Actually animated. This doesn't happen that often. I say bring it. I say bring it and come at back TRE. He's not. There's no way like that didn't. He came out for a play. Still probably. Graham. It's gonna be Graham on a safety. Finley smells a turnover. I don't know if I can sign off on that one.
I'm hoping for a turnover.
I'm hoping for it. I would love it. Pick 6 would be the greatest thing ever.
This has been, they've had quite the kerfuffle here at the goal line. They had to take a penalty and burn a timeout.
Yeah, that's inexperience for sure. His laminated play sheet seems like he's got a couple of them pretty big. Fumble is even more bold.
Fumble is bold. Too bad it wasn't Melvin Gordon playing in this game. It could almost be a guarantee.
Or LaShawn McCoy. Wait, he is. Who's the most fumble-prone running back? I would guess McCoy the way he holds the ball. I mean, it's not the math isn't there to back it, but maybe you hold the ball like that. I'm sorry.
Jonas Gray.
What's that?
Jonas Gray.
Jonas Gray. Yeah. All right. Yeah, a perva. Yeah, I smell TD too. I got to be honest. There you go. There we go. We could put percentages on all of this. I think TD is the most likely.
I think an incompletion and a field goal is most likely.
Yeah, I guess maybe it is. I
think technically a completion, tackled in bounds.
Yeah, see, are we going to make a probability tree now over this?
We just did.
Okay, there you go.
Janis Joplin would be the most likely to fumble here. I smell my finger after scratching my nuts. That's key to men's health. Most likely is a defensive successful goal kick. Or most likely is definitely a successful goal kick. OG smells like ass. Jason's stoned, so he's sorry. It's okay. You don't have to be sorry. Who is Janis Joplin?
It's a singer, like very famous.
I feel like Janis would be fumbling.
Okay, boys, we got a big play on our hands.
If Janis Joplin was getting the ball, they'd be best off to just put Tyreek Hill on defense.
sack from Manny Ogba, a former Cleveland Brown, second-round pick. Right on, Chiefs.
Jason pretty upset I didn't know who Janis Joplin was. ITYM is jacked after that sack.
We gonna miss? Nah, that'd be too wishful. Wishful.
Crosby's good. I smell my finger after scratching my nuts too. I'm telling you, that's simple men's health.
Yeah, everyone has to know their own brand, their own stench. Yeah, Jason, really, dude? He doesn't know who Janis Joplin is? Yeah, this is what I have to deal with.
You know what they say, right?
He all he knows about is the all Big Ryan knows about is the topography of the Green River. That's it. I have a feeling I may still win this. You might have, Perva. I mean, did you have a? There's nothing that's guaranteed here.
Other than you're gonna like the way you look.
I should really just be a floating talking head. I should just wear all green.
Yeah.
That's an idea, actually.
I'll check out Woodstock.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get some tickets.
Well, we'll get the cover, but I want him to win. Yeah, that would be bad, though. The item, that's the exact thing I'm hoping for. Long drive field goal. I'm happy with that.
That's a good point, ITYM. Long drive. Give the defense a break.
I'd like a big screenplay, too, if that's possible. Just for an aesthetic look. I should be a walking advertisement? Yeah? I'm pretty sure I am.
The fat guy's all for men's health. He even checks his own prostate.
I've never done that.
You've been clean for weeks.
They stream her trial later?
Yeah.
It'd be at least a topical. I thought there was a fumble the way they reacted. Holy. Oh, Tony Gonzalez was there. Nice. Oh, Johnny Robinson.
Chris Berman looks terrible.
Who is that guy? I've seen him a million times.
I don't know.
Has a giant head.
I still love that clip of Chris Berman talking about getting pills.
And fumble by the Chiefs.
There's your.
There's my McCoy fumble. Oh, yeah.
Recovered by the Packers.
Just standard. It's just standard.
That's good for a Purva.
It's just standard. I know this is coming.
One time you farted on your finger.
We were really reading these aloud?
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know.
There's a big difference between farting on your finger and farting in your finger. And that's the real way to get a smell test. Yeah, Jason.
This is heartbreaking. This is annoying. Just knew.
Well, that's why I was surprised McCoy was playing so much, and they're using him on inside runs. Like,
yeah,
that's really.
I don't know why
you're
not
option.
using Damien Williams.
Heartbreaking, says ITYM. Flea flicker from the Packers. Ogba chasing him down.
Nice sack. Don't be sorry for me. You made a bet, and you put your money where your mouth is, and you're more than welcome. I applaud anyone who has the courage to put the money behind their convictions.
Yeah.
I don't
such
care.
Thing as a
if
wrong
I lose,
side.
it's no big deal. Means nothing to me.
And there's no such thing as a wrong side.
There's no such thing as really a wrong side. There's just more probable sides than others, and what you think is more probable. That's also it too. So.
Yeah. Who did Dylan change this week? Did he go to Cleveland? I think he came off New England, went to Cleveland.
I think so. I've checked the email though. Rodgers running. He might get in. Oh, misjudged the line.
That's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter. So Green Bay was able to tie it up in the third. They're on the doorstep to score here. Most likely going to be first and goal from the 10.
McCoy, oh, that's so annoying. I knew that was going to happen. Well, I didn't know it. I knew that the likelihood was high of him fumbling the way he runs. And there it is. Game changer, big time. It's kind of heartbreaking because I do feel the Chiefs have played, well, good enough to cover. I really do. But this game isn't over either yet. There's still a whole quarter behind. And the Packers haven't scored yet either. There's also that.
OG, anytime you have an itch, just think of us when you need a scratch. This is a long scratch from OG.
Yeah.
I think that the Ravens will cover against the Patriots. Fat guy, why are you upset? It's a tie game. 1 quarter left. Chiefs are home, and you have 5.5 points plus Andy Reid.
Well, because you want an easy cover. In poker, it's called no sweat. I don't want to sweat. And to be honest, it's Big Ryan and I are we're in a couple football pools, like local bar ones, because there's no rake on them. They don't charge any commission. They just hand the money out. So it's actually pretty good for us to join those, and we're the only team with the Chiefs left. There's 20 people tied for first that have 1 loss and I think 11 wins or whatever it is. We're one of them. So we only got the Tampa Bay game wrong in that pool. The other ones we did horribly in, but we're the only ones with the Chiefs. So this would separate us. It'd be a pretty big deal. So yeah, because winning the pool weekly is not crazy amount of money, but it's decent. It's decent. I like Dylan. I like his unmitigated optimism. Oh my! Would have been an interception by Tyrann Mathieu? Kentucky fan 2313.
What's going on, Kentucky
How we
fan?
doing?
How you doing?
He almost caught that. That would have been incredible. Yeah, well, it happens. I think against the Giants they did as well. Titans are an underrated team. They kind of got a bit lucky. There was a very controversial call, a fumble return for a touchdown taken back against the Bucks, which probably would have given the Bucks a win. How do you blow it dead when they pick up the ball?
He was down.
Hey, I don't like it blown dead that quickly.
OG was on the Bucks. ITYM says Titans are underrated. That was my favorite pick this week. And Dylan can't believe that Tampa Bay didn't win with Mike Evans having 200 receiving yards.
The same thing happened against the Giants. So. Yeah, Item got his exact opposite. A short drive, a fumble on the first play.
This is good. Oh my goodness.
There is no way.
Jamal Williams makes a tiptoe diving catch at the back corner of the end zone after Rodgers had pressure come right into his face.
I got to see this. That's a touchdown.
What an excellent catch from Jamal Williams.
That is insane. I don't even know what that was. Did he overthrow? Did he actually know to do that? Either that or that's one of the best throws I've ever seen.
Excellent result.
Packers are winning in a very high variance fashion. Holy extreme risk on these plays.
Oh, we definitely remember that Cam Jordan fumble recovery, an 80-yard touchdown that got blown back. I believe that was against the Rams, right? Even A-Rod couldn't believe that was a completion.
Well, he might have just overthrown Graham there, and it just happened by accident. It's A-Rod, so I'm not gonna assume that's what happened. I just assume that was nuts. Well, here we go.
Nice humble brag, OG, saying you got a girlfriend. Like we believe that.
Yeah. He likes girls anyways.
"12 out of the 13 people on the stream right now like girls."
Yeah. So who's the one? You? Well, there are others actually.
Dolphins Steelers. She likes the Steelers in general, or she likes the Steelers to cover tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
All right, let's go, Chiefs. Let's get a touchdown here.
See, Jason called the bluff too.
I can't believe that pass. I really. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't really watch any of the sports shows, Dylan. Like, I'll catch snippets of things here and there. Just it's not my style.
OG quickly backtrack. DT trying to get people to trade teams.
Oh, Damian Williams is playing now. That's weird.
Who's the cutest player on the Saints? And is he cuter than Chase Daniels?
Like, how do you do that? I don't even know if that was purposeful. I gotta be honest.
Who, Chase Daniel?
Yeah. The Eggcorn Master. Yeah, I agree. Damian Williams all the way. I watch him fumble. Great catch by Demarcus Robinson. Chiefs are in first down. Let's get a long drive and a stop. Keep all the timeouts. Kelce in motion. Great run by Damian Williams. Excellent job. That's something you wouldn't get from McCoy, I got to be honest. Here we go. Here we go. So it should be 2nd and 1 here.
OG thinks the best looking player in the NFL's Matt Breida. And Dylan Toddfield has to go with Breeze.
All right.
So he looks for a man with power.
Are we going to write to people on death row now? Is that what our plan is too?
Dylan feels bad for his boy, Colin Kaepernick, and he wants someone to scoop him up. Do you think that the Saints should pick up Kaepernick?
What kind of? We got a game going on here. I'm worried about him going to be a third-string quarterback in New Orleans. Come on.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think he's fine where he is.
You want him at home.
I don't care. I just get it over with. I don't think he's that good. His stats with the 49ers were good, but he went 2-14. It's just a boring story. Yeah. And I think, too, is like he wanted starters money, too. He wasn't willing to play for veteran minimum. No one wants to handle that headache. So, whatever. He made more money complaining. What a play!
By Matt Moore.
Yes, Matt Moore. Oh, Sammy Watkins with the ball spin. So hokey. Here we go. Chiefs driving. Can we get one? Let's get it. Man, that fumble and missed field goal, but you can always cut through things like that. What if this, what if that? But I mean, at least I'm getting to watch this game like a fan, which is nice. That almost never gets to happen. They're keeping Damian Williams out there. Damian Williams. This is interesting. I mean, I always thought there's always that Patriots always chose to get a little less yardage, like expected yardage per play from a player, but with more ball security. And I think that's the switch that Reed has made here. I mean, I'm not saying never play McCoy, but like inside the tackles, like Big Rye said, is just not a favorable thing. And also, too, he's not as tough a runner as Damian Williams is. So the Dr. Laurent Duvernay-Tardif is injured. So they're going to take a injury timeout here.
Minshew's played too well to this point, but who knows when Foles comes back, what status he's going to be at.
Trubisky is so bust. They already have a guy back. I think Chase Daniels is a better player than Mitchell Trubisky. I really do. I actually said that in a video we did last year. We did a video of all our future bets, and we use a handicapping theory. Anyways, in the Chicago video, I said that I would start Chase Daniel over Mitchell Trubisky, and I caught a lot of flack. I'm starting to look a lot less crazy now. I got to be honest. This is a solid drive item. I like. Sorry, I was a Damian Williams fan last year. There must be some sort of I don't know, bad blood, I guess, because he hasn't really been playing this year. There was an injury, but it's definitely it'd be better for them, I think, if they went forward. Of course, I'm not sitting in meeting rooms, but I don't know. Just my opinion of McCoy isn't that strong. Clearly, I was worried about the fumble, and clearly it came, and it's a bit of confirmation bias there. But Williams was just so good last year. I would want that back on my team. Money line not looking good now. Hey, I don't know, man. Jason, relax. I don't know. There's still a chance. They have to punch it in, but
Dylan with the home run.
I don't think you needed to write she wasn't. I mean, we're from Canada though. It's a little bit different up here.
The game stopped too.
Yeah, and then it went low.
I think we're back on now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we back on? I think so now, yeah. Anything could happen in this game. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Canadians are big into NFL. You'd be surprised, at least out where we live. Most of my friends would be watching this game. So. Third and goal. This is key for the Chiefs. Oh! Oh, Kelce with a drop. Flag down. This is interesting. Key flag here.
And it's on.
It's against the Packers. All right. Tramon Williams, the oldie but not so goodie, with a flag.
Illegal hand to the face? Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He totally did it. I mean, I don't care for plays like that, calls like that, but I mean, he did do it. Why would you do that? I don't get it. Here we go. Can we just run it with Damian Williams?
I think so.
Like how Hill's out there, cute. Williams touchdown.
D will.
Oh, I like that dance too. Right on, Chiefs.
ITY. Am loves it, and Jason Finley wants them to go for 2.
Yeah, I love it, guys. I love it. I don't think you can go for 2 here. It's too risque. Yeah. Right on.
All David
right.
Back.
David Quirk.
For the Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Well, back to a tie game.
It's a nice run. I know a perv. There's a. Have you seen that Jets? The Jets beat reporter Manish Mehta. He's actually one of the better ones, I think. The Jets guy. I don't like some of them, but he's one of the ones I actually like.
I don't know. I think I know the name, but I don't.
Yeah. I think he's like realistic about his team for once.
Yeah, Rodgers is usually good in these spots.
Yeah. And he's playing against a weaker defense. But he doesn't have like... It's not like the Packers are loaded with talent. He's the Jets beat reporter. He lives in New York, so... I was just drawing a correlation. Same last name. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's a good beat reporter for the Jets. Who's the other one I like? Tim Twentyman on the Lions, I think, is the other one.
I know Mike Kliss was getting
for the Broncos.
Getting beat down for the Broncos on Twitter this week.
He says some weird stuff. So yeah, exactly. I was just drawing a correlation there. Same last name.
OG Glock excited for week 9. I'm sure wants
so
to get some bets in. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Bob Abishola.
Bob Hart's Abishola.
No.
I can't believe you guys would love the Canadian commercials. They're unbelievably bad. All they are is other shows that we would never watch. So don't really know what the purpose is. Oh, Dylan, what do you mean you told me? It's one game. It's one game.
To be fair, Dylan, you did tell me because I wasn't sure.
Do you guys know Brock Page on YouTube? Yeah, I have seen his videos before. I don't know. I haven't really found someone that does picks the way I would. I mean, it's just not my style. Because I don't,
That guy's been hustling. He's put in a lot of work.
He put in a lot of work, though.
Put out a lot of content.
Yeah. Matt Morris played really well, Dylan. Like, really well, dude. It's some of these Packer plays are so low, high variance. Glock Lesnar, hello, sir. Hello.
What's going on, Glock?
Let's see if we can get a stop here. Be a nice Chief stop. Brian Bulaga's on the bench. That is good. Jones with a nice power run for 9 yards. Tied for number 1 seed.
Oh, 6-2 in fantasy. Is OG Locke and Mr. Lesnar related? OG Glock Lesnar. I'm going to have to make a new channel and name it Glock Block.
One time KC, I agree.
So much information. One time KC, Aaron Jones. Wow. Let's eat, Kelchi.
Oh.
What a play by Aaron Jones. Big touchdown for the Packers.
Unreal. Leaving everyone speechless in this room. This is an Andy Reid play, I think.
He scored a 75-yard touchdown, and for some reason, Ward needed to go talk trash.
Yep. Yeah, 2 plays. This is going to make it tough. Now I hope the Chiefs run the clock to 8 minutes too long. Lots of time still. Yeah, that's true. And 3 timeouts. Ooh, that hurts, though. Aaron Jones does look like an Andy Reid player. That's a good way of putting it.
That's the second time they've gotten him on a linebacker.
That's what they're pointing out. Like, I don't know why you just don't put 3 safeties. Make a safety play. Make Tyrann Mathieu play linebacker.
I guess that's how worried they are about stopping the run. So it's nice having 2 players that can split out wide and make plays in the passing game with him and Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Perva makes a good point. Aaron Jones looks like an Andy Reid player. And OG said if he picked the over in this game, it would have hit.
Yeah. It wasn't looking good, but sure, yeah, it totally hit now. No, it's 55. It's still under. So, but yeah, I know. There's still 8 minutes left. I mean, yeah. There's a hit to the head on Hardman.
Glock said Kelce will be great.
There's a chance of that. Damian Williams again in at running back. Play action. Robinson gets out of bounds in a weird play. They sure did. So it's a 3-yard gain for the Chiefs. Oh, this is tough. I really, really hope they're able to at least score a touchdown here. That would be nice. Mitchell Schwartz's elbow pad looking very, very worse for wear. Devontae Adams on the sideline.
OG commenting that the 49ers destroyed the Panthers.
Yes. Almost an interception on 2nd and 8. Kelce, it looked like he was held, though, on the catch, though, because he only had one arm available. We need Andy Reid's screenplay. Perhaps it'll happen here. 3rd and long makes sense. But I think the reason the Packers, they pointed out, hadn't blitzed much, only because they hadn't blitzed much, and I would imagine that's probably because of the screen. Because screen's how you kill a blitzing team. And Andy Reid's the best at them, so...
Jair Alexander had excellent coverage on that last play.
What do you bet normally? Just straight up with winner with spread? Yeah, usually spread bet straight up. Nice job! First down, Chiefs. Yeah, you just bet single games, Dylan. That's it. Simple, easy peasy. Try and get good juice on them. So, and by juice mean pay less commission. I don't know, Glock. I couldn't tell you. The Niners are for real? Yeah, perhaps. Nice run, Damian Williams. Nice run. I like him. I really do. Oh, this is not going to go well in the chat. This is not going to go well in the chat.
I'll let him have it. We got a game to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Third and, was it 3? Third and 3 here. Is this 4 down territory?
I was going to ask that question earlier because they're starting to get to a point of this game where it's not quite yet, but it's going to be hard to pass it up if it's less than 3 yards.
Dropped by Kelce. There has been a lot of drops by the Chiefs. I really think they should have ran it twice. That would have been me. But I think they're going for it here. This could be the game. They're sending the punt group in. Oh,
it makes sense.
We're behind. Glock, we're like 10 seconds behind you, so you got to give me a little bit.
After this play, see if you can click live.
I already did. Ooh, a safety? Can we be greedy? Get a win with a safety? Win by 2?
Dylan thinks the Chiefs need a running back.
I don't think so at all. I think they're fine. I'd like Damian Williams, Darwin Thompson, Darrell Williams. Like, they're not great or anything. I don't think it matters though. Like, I think Damian Williams is good enough. I really do. I didn't mention LaShawn McCoy because I don't know how long that's going to last. Andy Reid has... Yes, Jason Finley with a comment of the evening. Andy has 3 timeouts left. Holy shit, yes. He's clearly improving at his late age. You can't teach old, fat walrus dogs new tricks.
Dylan thinks a good run game is very...
We agree, but I don't think a good running back is necessary to have a good run game. Thank you, Glock. Please and thank you. Chiefs need run stoppers inside linebacker. Well, depth at D-line, yes. And the linebacker, yes. I would agree with that. Who do you think is going to honestly win the bet? I think you are. I think you are the favorite. You got, what do you got, -6.5? I think you're a favorite. Probably 62-38. That would be my guess. It's been a topsy-turvy game, though. Some interesting... Chiefs cover looked pretty good to start. Who we on tomorrow night? We like the Dolphins. Oh, I'm happy for you. I was never angry or anything like that. I mean, you're allowed to disagree. That's why there's a market. It's great, you know. I don't want everyone to pick the same as me. That's boring. I need parity. The other thing too is everyone picks the same way as me. How am I going to learn anything too, right? I just want to win this. We'll never bet against the Chiefs after tonight. Oh, you can't do it that way. You gotta bet on and against every team throughout the year. It just is what it is. Glock Lesnar is making some really, really good points as far as examples about running backs. Jones is just violent runner, and he's been great. Bakhtiari did a good job, too. No, safety would have been great, Jason. Then you get a touchdown, you win. It's not going to happen now, though. Here we go, 2nd and 4. Key down here. Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's just the problem is like I have profitability and expected value plays above fandom, unfortunately. So, I would bet against my own country in soccer if it was the way to go. That would be the hardest for me, but it is what it is. Arian Foster was undrafted too. Jamal Charles, 3rd round pick. Foster and Charles were the best 2 running backs for about 10 years. 3rd round pick and undrafted, so. They're getting the first down, the Packers. Yeah, Carson. I actually think Carson's 7th round, perhaps. Best duo in the league, Kamar and Murray. I don't know if I can sign off on that, but it's up there. It's up there. Let me think here. You can make arguments for Cook and Madison in Minnesota. You can make arguments for maybe not. Ooh, I gotta think about that one.
Second most productive has been Lindsey and Freeman.
I find them lacking, but they gotta get a stop first, Jason. Let him get the first down. Chiefs get not at this juncture. They were good at the start of the game. It's over now. All right, now you're gonna need a stop here, guys. Yeah, well, that's just what we think. We think first time out from the Chiefs here. I don't know about Braden Coleman. I like them. They've been doing quite well. I'm trying to think of a good combo, and I can't for some reason.
3 timeouts per team per half.
Ravens, Steelers, Browns. No, Chubb's awesome, but.
Well, when Hunt's back, it'll be interesting to see.
Hunt and that's probably the league's best backs are probably Chubb and Hunt, to be honest, from the Browns, depending on what Hunt does and how good he is. So they gave him 2nd and inches. What? So that wasn't a first down, and then he took a timeout?
Yeah.
What a joke, man.
Doesn't really matter either way.
Yeah, it does.
They needed to stop the clock anyways. Doesn't really matter what down.
It matters. Timeout.
up on Twitch.
Not on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. It's back up on YouTube. There we go. We're back. Technical difficulties, as they say. Two-minute warning. Third down for the Packers. Hopefully the Chiefs are able to get the ball back. Touchdown, 2-point conversion.
Got to make this stop first.
Yeah.
Jared is my brother.
Jack Goff. Jared is my brother. That was great.
There's a chance it's true. If you were Jared Goff's brother, wouldn't you just be going anywhere you could on streaming people's sites and just telling them that Jared's
I
my brother?
I don't think I'd want people to know he was my brother.
That's you though. You're not like most people.
Well, that's what you asked me though. What am I supposed to do? Give you an answer for someone else? I don't know. Yeah, good. You are sure item. You've locked that up pretty much.
Yeah, unless only two bad things can happen for you. And that's if Aaron Jones breaks off a run, or Kansas City somehow has a fumble or pick six.
Yeah, something like that. This game isn't done, but we got to make a stop here. Yeah, I think too though, the smart thing to do if you're a running back would be to go down after you. I mean, after you get the first down, but can't expect that.
Aaron Jones doesn't take me as a guy who's going to be.
They're going empty anyway, so. Game blouses. There's a pass to Aaron Jones.
Yeah, they took advantage of that matchup all game. Got a linebacker on Aaron Jones, and
yeah, we lost. Happen. Yes, Aperva. I mean, yeah.
The Packers can kneel this out. Yes, OG Glock, we lost.
Yeah, that's pretty bad from the defensive coordinator. They are right. I just don't know why you don't just put a safety on there. Yeah, there you go. Good job, Aperva. You're able to win your bet, and so was Item. We didn't come out on the top of things, but that's okay. So Green Bay covers, depending on what line you get, I guess.
Well, Green Bay covered the opening and closing lines.
Opening and closing lines, yes.
OG said I was going to pick KC. Thank God I didn't bet.
It's not really how it works. Because then if you're just looking for a result, it's like you're going to be chasing the dragon a lot. Let's put it that way. It's about making the right decision. I stand by the KC selection. I think it's a better EV play overall. I could be wrong, though. And the result definitely didn't go that way. Boom. All right, it's in the books. Hard to say either was right. Absolutely, Sam. Hey, good for you, Aperva. Enjoy. Yeah, we'll be doing them tomorrow. We'll be live streaming the game tomorrow, so you're more than welcome to be joining us tomorrow evening. We'll be doing that during the game. We do cut it off a bit quicker afterwards because we do have to do the video tomorrow. And it should be out around 10:30, 11.
Oh, we're back. Thanks for joining us, guys. That's it for us tonight, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
See you all tomorrow.